Everybody, good morning. So first of all, I would like to say a very good morning to Your Excellencies, VPs, Deans, Associate Deans, Directors, Deputy Directors, all faculty members and students. Welcome to the 6th Forum for Success under the theme of Sustainable Success is Long-Term Impact. I am Chin Praset. It is my pleasure and honor to be the moderator for this program. I am so grateful to see all of you allocating your time to attend this program. So in order to commence the opening program, first and foremost, we will start the opening program with the national anthem. Therefore, wherever you are at, please kindly raise and respect the national anthem. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, may I invite Ms. Gina Viz-Lopez, Vice President for International Affairs, to have the opening speech. Thank you.
Once again, good morning. And I am so glad to have our 6th Forum for Success. And this is really amazing event at the University of Cambodia because this is the 6th already. And even though it's a pandemic, but still we manage to offer you this Forum for Success. And this is again, the aim is to actually share the keys to success in various areas. And this will be given to us for the whole day, okay, morning and afternoon session by our successful students from all the colleges and also the schools. So the concept of the Forum for Success is about education, skills, and jobs. And this year's theme, we thought of giving you this sustainable success and its long-term impact. Because as you know, even the UN, they have the Sustainable Development Goals. So with us, or for us, is to be able to have the sustainable success or sustainability in terms of success, because it is a challenging, competitive years that we have already for this COVID-19 pandemic. And having these challenging times, what we need is to think of how we can really keep it, how we can maintain, how we can keep ourselves there. And that is what we will give you today. And that is from our students, again, from different colleges and schools. And to make it really successful, we are hoping that you will be with us from now on until the end of the morning session, and also coming back in the afternoon until the end. of the program. So on behalf of the University of Cambodia, we are welcoming you to this Forum for Success, and have a nice day and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, VP Gina. So for this moment, I would like to pay my highest respect to Dr. Kakum Huon, founder, chairman of the Board of Trustees, and president of the University of Cambodia, to deliver the welcome and opening message. Thank you.
On behalf of the University of Cambodia, let me extend a warm welcome to everyone, all participants, the speakers, the moderators, and of course, the participants, the students. This year, the University of Cambodia is hosting the 6th Annual Forum for Success. It means that we have been organizing this Forum for Success in the past 5 years, and this year again, we will continue to organize it. The theme on sustainable success with long-term impact. Of course, we can have many different perspectives on sustainable success and also the long-term impact. How we define success, what it means to us, each one of us, when we talk about success. Of course, this is an interactive discussion, so we can share the idea, to share the experiences, to share the understanding and the insights, particularly from the practical point of view, but also from the intellectual point of view. Success today can be a good experience for tomorrow. Successes in the past that we have achieved provides a very important background, but also important experience for us. Today's success could be tomorrow's challenge. So what is important for us is that how can we continue to create sustainable success year after year, or year after years, meaning that to remain, what we need to do, of course, to remain relevant, to stay resilient, and of course to make sure what we do that will have short, medium, and long-term impact on the society, on the communities, on the different stakeholders. So for the Forum of Success, we encourage our students, our speakers, and our moderators to closely engage in the intellectual discussion and to have a good exchange of views, particularly in the spirit of learning. Of course, learning is not only doing today or yesterday. Learning is lifelong learning. For us at the University of Cambodia, we believe in the lifelong learning philosophy. So to stay success, meaning we have to keep making new successes day after days, months after months, year after years. And I think if we can maintain the momentum of the successes that we have made in the past, and we build new successes this year and next year. Of course, it takes creativity, it takes innovations, it takes strategy, and of course, it takes a lot of stamina and energy. So I would encourage every participant to have an open mind and trying to learn from each other during this the 6th annual Forum of Success. But then I give this hope that this Forum of Success will be a productive one, meaningful one, and that it will inspire everyone who will be involved, will be participating in this forum. I wish everyone good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for spending your valuable time with us in this particular moment. So before we move on to the first session of the program, I would like to seek for your cooperation for the entire of this program. Now, please allow me to say a few words about our webinar rules. So since we are live streaming on Facebook, our 6th Forum for Success, please take note. If you have any question during the presentation, the comment section on Facebook is open. You can write the name of the speaker you are addressing the question if you want. So in the Q&A part, all of your questions will be answered by the panel. Thank you. So within this moment, we are having 60 minutes, which is an hour, that I would like to invite our successful speakers who are willing to share their professional experiences in different topics. So to proceed the program, I would like to introduce you to our guest speakers from the Tony Fernandez School of Business. He is Mr. V. Samadi. Currently, he is a first secretary for the Royal Embassy of Cambodia in Singapore. He is 5-year experience working in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of Cambodia, and 1 year as first secretary in the Royal Embassy of Cambodia in Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, my success and its future direction by Mr. Samadi. Thank you.
Thank you, Prasad. Can we proceed on to the first slide, please? Excellency Dr. Kagamhon, founder, chairman of the Board of Trustees, and president of the University of Cambodia. Ms. Gina Lopez, VP of International Affairs and the Dean of the Tony Fernandez School of Business, University of Cambodia. My fellow UC students and members of the public who tune in for today's event. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning from Singapore. I am very honored and happy to be invited here today by our Dean Gina. When Gina asked me to be one of the speakers today, I remember fondly of the time when my lecturers asked me to give a presentation on the lesson 1 week in advance. So I did what everyone would do with their class assignment. I started the presentation one day before the preparation 1 day before the presentations. I'm joking, of course. Please proceed to the next slide. First, allow me to start by introducing myself. My name is V. Samadi. I am a UC alumni. I studied economics at back then they called the College of Management and now the Tony Fernandez School of Business, University of Cambodia from 2011 to 2015. I am currently working in Singapore right now at the Royal Embassies of Cambodia and Singapore. A year ago, before I was here, I also worked at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation for 5 years. I was a chief of bureau when I was there. During my time at both the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the embassy here, I've gained many valuable experience as the public official and a diplomat that I hope I could share some of it to everyone today. I hope you can spot me in the photo there. That was me 10 kilograms ago, by the way. Please proceed to the next slide. My theme for today is to talk about my success and its future directions. Although I would not call what I have done a success because I still have a lot to learn and to strive for. I consider myself very lucky to have served as a public official at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Cooperations and a diplomat at the Cambodian Embassy abroad. I love to share my experience and the lesson for your endeavor in the future work and study from both of my work experience with everyone here. Please proceed to the next slide. Before I continue to my lessons, I would like to show some of the journey I have taken during my work, what I call a qualification to justify my place among the panelists today. Among the 5 years I was in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I was given the honor to accompany high-level delegation to join many of the international summit and meeting in multiple countries around the world. You might have seen the news recently on Cambodia hosting the ASEM Asia-Europe meeting, ASEM 13 on the 25th, 26th November earlier. I am proud to say I was one of the team who have joined earlier ASEM summit to study about the event and ready ourselves, Cambodia, to host the summit. One in Mongolia, the ASEM 11 in 2016, the photo in the bottom on the right, and the other was in Brussels, Belgium, ASEM 12, 2018. You can see from the caption of the first photo. And the other was me during in Thailand during the APMEC summit. Please proceed to the next slide. Yes, I have also attended some of the ASEAN summit in the regions and other bilateral visits as well. From what you can see from the first picture, I was in Japan for the Prime Minister visit. The second one was in the special flight back from Mongolia, I mentioned earlier from ASEM 11, with the Samdech Techo Prime Minister in the background, came to check with his delegation in his special flight when returning back home. The third one is in the ASEAN Summit in the Philippines. You can see how much I value all these photos as I strategically resize them to show you. Please proceed to the next slide. Earlier this year in January, actually, I was appointed as the first secretary of the Cambodian Embassy in Singapore. Currently, I am in charge of the bilateral cooperation in education, culture, and defense between the Singapore government and the Cambodian government. However, I also work on many other bits and parts of the other tasks assigned by the ambassador in the embassy as well. I can say I get to learn a lot working here. Please proceed to the next slide. Well, enough about me. Let's get to the part I wish to share to the younger generation from what I learned along my journey. I am sure everyone is well aware of their skill and knowledge already. I believe what we learned in class has already allowed everyone to easily perform the content of every work already. We already know how to read and write, how to type computers, how to follow procedures. Things like drafting documents, creating plans, answering exam questions has already been instilled to us in school. However, when we begin working, we started to realize that our knowledge alone cannot help us become a better employee. There are a few things we have to learn along the way. Learn by doing, learn by making mistakes. Those are the things that pave the path to our success. I would like to share two of those things to you. It is responsibility and teamwork. Please, next slide, please. So what does responsibility mean? Most often than not, we are either misunderstood what it means or think it does not matter much. I thought often during my time in class, mostly in the group assignment. There's a joke or what the younger generation call a meme on the internet about a group assignment, where in a group assignment, you can see that one person is doing 90% of the task. The other one who is always busy or late to the group meetings, and another who write 8 pages of the assignment when we assign only 2 pages each, and so on. In work, these people does only of what they were told, one for one, without creativity and institutions. It does not look bad, but it kind of lack growth. For some, they only do the bare minimum, meaning that they does not show sign of interest in their work or does not want to grow at all. This is a bad sign of the lack of responsibility. In my belief, responsibility is to take charge of the tasks in your work, always improving yourself, trying your hardest to ensure the best outcome, learning from mistakes, learning from others. You are responsible for your work when people trust you to do your job with the attentiveness and the always improving, striving for a better self. Please proceed to the next slide. So, why responsibility? Like I mentioned, it ensures that we always continue to learn from our work, from our idea, and from our mistake. It creates personal growth. Another is to earn trust from our co-worker and our boss. I have mentioned the group assignment multiple times already, and I think how we do the group assignment in school is basically how we do our tasks at work. Imagine everyone in your group attentively doing their tasks. Have built the assignment or at work building up the project we took on from time to time. We don't have to stress ourselves so much on the assignment or on our work. When we trust each other to do the work well, it creates a great workflow. Although in my line of work, workflow can be interrupted by change of circumstances sometimes, but we can always offset it by being flexible. Everyone can adjust a little bit to what we have learned, and then we can do it better. When we have trust in each other to be responsible in their tasks, it is a great feature to construct the best teamwork. Which is my next point. Please proceed to the next slide. I think teamwork is already a genetic term that everyone already understands. So I don't have to explain what it is. Yes, we know what it is. However, it is rarely achieved with good efficiency. Teamwork is not only just working on others with a project. It is mostly dealing with people in a team. Ensure that the member is responsible for their tasks and trust each other that they can do their tasks without resulting in one person doing all the job anyway. In my work, everybody does their part quite well. We learn to trust each other and we can trust each other to do their job well. This is a core part of a best teamwork, and we can try our best to work with good efficiency. Please proceed to the next slide. I think that teamwork is, I got this great African proverb on the internet the other day. It said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I think it's described teamwork really well. Doing things alone can only make you go so far, achieving only short-term results. In either a company, in a ministry, or in any institutions, there are so many things to do. You can never do it all alone. Success is never a short-term goal. When a group of people has a shared goal and visions, teamwork can combine their skill and knowledge to allow them to succeed and help each other succeed. It is certainly allow everyone to improve and to learn from each other. These 2 points, they both certainly make me who I am today. That is why I believe in the responsibility and teamwork. Thank you. At the end of the slide. Thank you.
Wow. On somebody. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I have nothing to say. Thanks for your insightful sharing. I hope everyone would appreciate your advice. And to me, we will go far because we're all here together. So next, in order to ensure our program running according to plan, I would like to invite Mr. Lane Virea from the College of Social Science. He is an assistant to General Director in the General Department of Judicial Development from the Ministry of Justice. is 1 year as community officer at River Ocean Cleanup Organization, 1 year as youth ambassador at Let's Do It Cambodia, and 3 months as campus ambassador at We Do Share. So everybody, my insights of dual degree by Mr. Vidya. Thank you.
Thank you, moderator, for passing me the floor. And first of all, I would like to pay my high respect to His Excellency Kaitumho, President of University of Cambodia, Vice President China V. Lopez, Vice President of University of Cambodia, Deans, Associate Deans, Director, and my colleagues and students. So it is my great honor for having the floor to sharing my experience of university life right now. So, okay, let's move to the next slide. So first of all, before I talking about my academic background, I would like to give the definition about dual degree. So dual degree is referred to the major that you are studying to major at the same time at university. So in order to prove that my speech is not making up, I have the real experience of studying dual degree. I would like to share my academic background. So as you can see in the slide, 2017, I graduated high school exam, and at the same year, I received. I am a candidate who received the scholarship award Hun Sen 500 Vision from University of Cambodia, and at exactly the same years, I have enrolled in University of Cambodia, majoring in law. And I can say that 2017 is my golden year. But if we say 2021, 4 years after, I complete a bachelor degree of international relations, which I study at UC. And I just present law major in junior year. So for law major, I have suspended for 2 years already. So for the thing behind, I will present you in the next slide. So moderator, please go to the next slide. So here is advantages of studying dual degree, and it is a fact, general fact that I would like to present you. First advantage is networking. As you all know that studying 2 degrees, you may have you may study at 2 different campuses or 2 different universities. So you might have many friends, many teachers, and many acquainted people. So for example, you're looking for help, and your acquainted people may ready for help you because you already know them. You already have additional network opportunities. So many people are ready to help you, and the more acquainted people, the more network you have, and the more network you have, the more opportunity you have. So yeah, let's move to the second point is, no, moderator, please go back a bit. Yeah, talking about more career option. So for you may studying dual degree, you may able to find more career option. For example, like I am holding dual degree, international relation and law major. So law major, I can be a court clerk, I can be a judge, I can be a lawyer, I can be a notary. At the same time, holding international relation major, I can be a diplomat, politician, and policymaker. So you see, studying dual degree, you have many options of your career that you are going that you can decide after you graduate. So it is one of the good point. And the last point of advantage is you can exposure the two different things. So you are able to be educated from two different resources. For example, like you study a lesson and at the same time you are holding dual degree, you're studying at two different universities. So you may have different idea for that lesson. So your education and your knowledge will gain by it. And taking example again, based on my experience, my actual practice in dual degree, studying IO, you may study about world order, world politics, international relation, international diplomat relation, something like that. So studying IO, you studying about the world, and at the same time studying about the law, you studying about the national law, the internal law. That is always talking about civil code and criminal code. So you can see the difference uh, between two, and at the same time you can learn both of them at the same time at the same 4 years. Yes, let's move to disadvantage. Yes, thank you, moderator. This is the advantages of studying dual degree. So first, uh, additional time spent on studying. It is mean that you are studying dual degree, you are studying to major, you are studying to university. You will spend more time than who studying only one major, one university spend on studying, and everything is in rush. I would like to share you one of my experience. Um, one day I have exam at University of Cambodia, and at the same time, at the same morning, I have a final exam at Rule as well, Royal University of Cambodia. So what can I do? What I only can do is uh, try to rush my exam at UC and then go immediately to Rule to take final exam at the same morning. So you can see that everything is in rush. For example, if you spend 3 hours to study with your lecturers at school, at least you spend 4 time at home to do self-study. So for one day, you spend 14 hours already for studying. So just only studying 14 hours a day. So you may spend more time. You have no time for your uh, your own interest or something else like family, friends, something like that. So move to the second one is low GPA. Studying 2 degree or dual degree, your brain may separate. Your brain may separate. The left is IO, the right is law. So you cannot focus on one. Your academic GPA will be low if you cannot focus much, because uh, you spend time. If you separate time, right, that's okay. But most of dual degree students, they cannot separate time, right? So they cannot focus well on their both majors. So most of them, their GPA is uh, a bit lower than one major student. And talking about the benefit of GPA, I would like to mention that GPA is very important for your academic life. For example, you want to go on your degree. For example, after you graduate bachelor degree, you want to uh, go on master. GPA is really important. At the same time, if you are undergraduate, if you are studying bachelor degree, you are looking for exchange opportunity. They will require your GPA as well. So GPA is very important to develop and make a sustainable success for your life. So lacking of experience in actual practice, as what I mentioned at the first point already, studying dual degree, you may spend a lot of time on your studying. So how can you have time for practice actually? So you may not time to get internship, get involved with volunteer, involved with society. So you have only theory inside. As the first speaker have mentioned already, theory cannot make you success. Theory only, and knowledge from school only cannot make you success. At least you have knowledge and actual practice in society. And one more thing, the last one about disadvantages is talking about a change for higher salary and official position. This point I would like to sharing you that with a single major will have changed more to get a higher salary on official position. Why? Because of they have time to practice their field in society. They have actual practice. They have time to intern. They have time to volunteer. So they are ready to get the official position. But if you are holding dual degree, after you graduate, you need to start over for your actual practice in society. So at this point, I want to tell you that most of company, they hire you to work. They hire you to see your productivity. They not hire you to learn. They not hire you to teach. This is the point. So one major may able to find higher salary and get a good official position. So let's move to the next slide later. So it is my personal perspective. You may think that I encourage you to work on my path, right? But no. As my proverb said, "Chết not mình phải sọp mùi." So if you are studying dual degree with I'm not saying low grade, but I'm saying medium grade. It's always less beneficial than one degree with standard and high grade. Yeah, and for my perspective on for audience here who is watching this live and video, I encourage you to focus only one major. Study strong. Focus on your one major and try to get a very high GPA and as much as you can, but focus only one. So for freshman years, first year of university life, you can go to volunteer at somewhere, but can volunteer at the same time. But if you don't want to volunteer, focus on your subject, focus on your years as a freshman year. And after that, sophomore year and junior year, you can volunteer, involve in society, get internship, get exchange program. And after you get experience from internship, from exchange program, you may understand society a little bit and you have made experience at your field. So in senior year or after you graduate, get an official career and get a high pay because you have experience already. You are ready to get higher pay and official position. So here is the quote down. Hard work with talent and talented people. Hard work beats talent when talented people doesn't work hard. It is one of the meaningful quote as well. You are working hard, you will pay off and achieve it. yeah, in your success life and the future of success. So moderator, please go to the next slide. So for my conclusion, there are pros and cons in pursuing dual degree or double major. On the other hand, please take a good, clear decision making before you choose a path. But I have advice for those who already choose to study dual degree. Maybe now they are in sophomore year in dual degree, something like that. So I have advice for you. Please don't regret. If now you realize that you are choosing the wrong way, you have no more power to go on your dual degree, please find your motivate back. As the first year you decide and make your decision right back again. So don't be regret. Just go on as much as you can. Focus on your studying and make your dual degree go and graduate together. At the same time, let move to the next slide, moderator. So this is my recommendation. 1080p resolution with one major is always better than 720p resolution with double major. I would like to raise an example for this recommendation. If we are compared to two students together, and for example, like A and B, A is a student who's studying one major, and B who's studying two majors. So I can say that in the future, if they are working hard in their academic, in their life, they will success. They both will success in the future. I mentioned again and again, they both will success if they are study hard. But if they both working hard, I bet that A, who is studying one major, will success earlier than B, because during university life, one major student, they have experience to involve to society to get knowledge from society rather than two major student does. So you can see the three words down there: qualification, quality, and quantity. As what I have learned and as what I have researched, sustainable success person have these three too: qualification, quality, and quantity. Qualification means that you have degree. At this point, dual major degree student may have benefit more than one major, because they have two major students have two qualification, two degree. So okay, two major students may win and may better than one student in this point. But quality is important. So if you are studying two major, as I mentioned again and again, if you are studying two major and you cannot focus well on your academic course, academic subject, so your quality may low and your knowledge may be lower than for those who can focus well. So quality is important. And the last few is quantity. So quantity is talking about the productivity that you produce after you graduate and when you go to work. So one major student may produce more than two major students because they have experience already. So they are ready to produce their productivity. But two major students, they have to learn. They have to learn to be productive. They have learn to be used to in the society environment. So they may product less than one major student. And I think this is my last slide for presentation, and it is the end of my speech. Thank you for your paying attention. I wish you have a good luck and stay safe from COVID-19. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your efforts, bro. So at first, I thought you'd talk about the positive sides of the topic, am I right? But you twisted my intention. As a matter of fact, you triggered me to believe that as a student, we should focus on one thing instead of putting yourself into many things at the same time, am I right? Okay, thank you. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Chomratha from the College of Media and Communications. He is co-founder and managing director from SIBB Cambodia Consulting Agency, and his professional careers the master trainer and a business coach. So let me remind, you will have 20 minutes to be talking. Ladies and gentlemen, personal branding and networking by Mr. Rotha.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Prasad, and hello everyone. Yeah, nice to see you all. Yeah, I'm glad to be a part of this program of the Forum of Success 2021 of the University of Cambodia, UC. Yeah, so have a great honors to be invited to join this program. So first of all, before I give a short explanation about personal branding and networking, and I would like to show you a little bit about myself. Yeah, actually, my name is Ratha, as Mr. Prasad already mentioned. Yeah, and I am from Matambong. Yeah, currently I'm working as a managing director of IBB Cambodia and also part of Department of Media Communication as well. Yes, and like he mentioned, I am a master trainer, also a coach. Yeah, together in business, mainly for the SME for Cambodia. Yes, for my related to my expertise, I am experienced more on the business development, especially for the SME, and mainly I am quite most experienced on sales marketing as well as the finance. Yes, and I would say that in terms of I show you about the personal branding. So my personal value is very important to state my personal branding. I give more value to the honesty. The second one is commitment, and the last one is help and support others. So these 3 points, it could help me to be successful myself as well as I can help the other. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Yeah, this is a very short of video today. Just differentiate about advantage and disadvantage of personal branding. If you have, what good thing you get. If you don't have, so what you get. So we will show you about the 4 steps of develop a personal brands, and the last one is the importance of the having the networking. Today is very important because today is the world of the internet and the technology and the globalization. So networking is very crucial to all of you, not even just the business, but also the university student and the professionals. Okay, let's move next. Okay, so before we go in detail about what is personal branding, how do we develop and create it, and I would like to maybe show the answer already. Normally it need to get you to guess. Yeah, so take a look at this picture. Yes, so what is his brand, what is his image? You see, if I cannot tell you the name of this person, you might guess some to the other, and some maybe guess it right. So yeah, you focus on this Donald Trump, yeah, the former president of the United States of America. Yeah, you look what is personality, yeah, and what is character, And as you see this through this picture, you might say that he is handsome, he is energetic, he is smart, you know. Yeah, you may look to his personality and to his character, yeah, and image and so on. Move to next. And another one, yeah, actually I want you to guess as well, but the answer is so here, but that's okay. As you see the car, you might see this is very funny and very a little bit weird, yeah. And the small toys inside of the car, you might see that who he is. Yeah, that is Mr. Bean. Yeah, he is the comedian, the popular one in the world. Yeah, you see as well his personality, his character, you know, his value, you know, that is his personal branding. Yeah, it can be his humor, his funny, and his playful, something like that. Okay, can you move to the next, please? Yeah, so you just imagine and to the people a moment, to famous and popular people a moment, Mr. Donald Trump, and also Mr. Bean. If suppose you are you as the situation right now as the university students, you will know that people know you. How do people know you, and how do people recognize you and remember about you? Yeah, do you have any special personality? Do you have any unique characteristic, something like that? So it's very important if you have the right personal brand for yourselves. It can help for your job and position as your good student at the university. And the second one, you are able to grow your career. Yeah, because you see how strong you are, and you can project yourself from the current position to the next position, something like that. It's very good when you project yourself clearly, who you are and what you are good at, and so you know, so you can match yourselves with that opportunity, with that partners together. And very important, yeah, it's good to build rapport, to build yourself, because whenever you meet people at the first, try to make the first impression, because the first impression that you connect with people can make a good rapport, can build good relationship in the future. So especially tell who you are, what do you do, what you can be opportunity to with, yeah, something like that. Yeah, so all in all, I can say that branding is really fulfills to improve your life. So please try to reflect about your personal branding again, and to recover and redevelop it, and project it, and choose the right target audience, and develop your strengths so you can be a successful person soon. Yes. Next. Yes. So imagine you have no branding. If you have no branding, it's like an actor who act in the films that is not acceptable, that is recognized like that. So for example, if you are a professional, if you act yourself, play your role as a professional, yeah, try to prepare yourself as professional. If you act different from that, that means your brand is not really blah blah blah, something like that. So if you have no personal branding, you become a product. That means people can trade you from somewhere to somewhere else. You are not your own position. Yeah. And the second one is that you have more weakness and discouragement for yourselves. If you have more weakness, and so you seem you are lower than the other people. And the third one is that you may see more job is not fit to you, because you're not clear to yourself. You are what is your work experience? What is your skills? You good at subject at the university. Yeah, try to narrow down, for example, like two to three subjects that you are really good at. You need to improve on that, because your goal is one. For example, you want to be it's like a CFO, Chief of Finance Officer, something like that. So you know that you are good at finance, you are good at accounting. Yeah, prepare for that and try to work, try to internship, try to experience more on that. Yes, and yeah, the next one, please. Russell. Yeah, go to what is personal branding that you are waiting for right now. Yeah, like it's the process how you market yourself to the other. ខ្ញុំនិយាយខ្មែរនេះថាអានឹងយើងចេះលក់ខ្លួនណាបាទមិនមែនលក់ខ្លួនរឿងអីផ្សេងទេចង់និយាយថាយើងចេះលក់ខ្លួនឯងទៅអ្នកដទៃមានន័យថាឲ្យអ្នកដទៃទទួលស្គាល់យើងស្រឡាញ់យើងគាំទ្រយើង yeah so the first identifies and adapt your uniqueness and then make it through different platforms. That it could be through your good message, through your good image, and to achieve your personal goal of personal branding. Next, please. Okay, obviously, it's not hard to develop your personal branding. It depends on your commitment. It depends on how you see yourself in the next 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years. Yeah, if you have no motivation, yeah, so please try to develop your motivation. First is understand about yourself is very important. Who you are, and what do you do, and what makes you unique from the other people. And then position yourself. And then position yourself, that means develop and create yourself to the right audience that you want to go with. Yeah. So to develop the branding, we have 4 steps. The first one is discover your brand. The second one is develop your brand. The third one is communicate your brand. And the last one is very important, is to maintain. To create is very, very easy, but to maintain is harder. So find a way to maintain it. Okay, next. I will tell you the detail for each one. Yes. So let's talk about you first before let the others say about you. Try to reflect about yourself first. Yeah. You cannot do something that just depend on the other. Yeah. Or follow the other all 100%. Be to yourself. Stick you to yourself. Make something that is right. First is develop your goals. If you know goals, the life is meaningful. It's not meaningful. No goal, the life is not meaningful. So develop your goals. What do you want to be? What do you want to achieve? For example, you study in year 1. So year 2, what do you want to learn the skill? And the search, and how do you upgrade your skill to make your skill concrete? Yeah, try internship, try to do join the voluntary works. And how do you join the social society, something like that. And then find out your drivers, what things that can motivate you further move forward. And your values, what you have a faith on, and your passion, yeah, what you like to do, and who would you like to work with, yeah, and also your popularity. Everyone has the strength. Yeah, don't look down on yourself. Everyone has the power. It's just different from one aspect to another aspect. Yeah, so try to identify yourself. What is your capability, something like that. So, and then be yourself about 60%, so 70%, so just the other 30%. The others, you have to care about what do they say about you. Yeah, what is your characteristics, personality, and what do they appreciate about you. Yeah, and also What is your uniqueness? Uniqueness here, try to be positive uniqueness, not over and not lower. Just go to the moderate. Okay, next please. And the step 3 is develop your brains. Yeah, when you know your goal, you know your value, you know your capability, you know your uniqueness already, try to develop it. Yeah, try to narrow down, don't jump, go to too many things in one time. Yeah, just like I give one clue to you. I say that if you want to reach 100, then work in one time is go to 100. Break it down into small pieces. For example, the first step is 1 to 10, and the next 10 to 20, and the next is 20 to 30, something like that. If you move faster, that more effective to you, you can increase from 10 to 15 to 20 and so on, later on. Yes. So your audience is very important. Not everyone is your audience. Yeah. Not everyone is your audience. Try to target to the right audience, because you will say that your goal, and you will be a professional careers in accounting or finance. So stick to the people who work and relevant to the accounting and finance, something like that. Yeah. So I know that accounting and finance is hard, but if you understand about accounting and finance well, and plus with the communication skills, I believe that it can be the way of successful in career and life also. Yes, and so try to identify about your target audience very well by writing about your professional profiles. Start to write now, everybody, as prepare for the successful students. Try to develop it now. You go to Google, you can find the templates that easy to develop. Just one page, 2 paragraph or 3 paragraph is enough. Say about your value, yeah, your ability, your uniqueness, and the open for the opportunities. So the ones who have the same mission and vision like you, they will work, they will connect with you, they will go for you. Yes. So yeah, it's very important. Yeah, to state about your abilities and also access to your profiles, because nowadays there are a lot of online platforms that you can host yourself online. But one of the most professional one is LinkedIn. I want you to develop one LinkedIn from right now, because the professionals people, they go to LinkedIn right now, even the US or even the world in Cambodia right now. You can find a job easily, and you can work with a very good corporate company, something like that. And the last one is try to develop your 5 personal attributes that you see that you are very unique and strong for you. Yes. Yes. So next, please. Yeah, you will see yourselves. Yes, through you will analyze yourself through a moment. You reflect on the your goal, your personality, your value, and also your past, your characters. So it can be that you can come up with the strategy and which point that you can compete to the other, and what you can win over, influence to the other peoples, and especially make yourself as positive to everywhere and to everyone. Because getting up in the morning every day, if you say yourself hello, it is my day. Yeah, it is my day, and set at least 2 or 3 goals that you want to achieve for a day. Yeah. So if you don't have goals, like the day is like a night. It's not really a great day. So let's set at least 2 to 3 goals a day and stick to your goals and be positive with it. Okay. Next, please. Yes, very important to know your strength, because if Yeah, you don't know your strengths. That means you don't know how to accelerate, to move it faster for yourself, and to make more connection, to reach more the career opportunity, you know, and you have to adapt it well, you know, proper, use the right method, use the right means to connect. Okay, and please remember your strength, because understand about your self wealth. That means everyone also they understand about you. Okay, next. Yeah, so I can say that after you create, explore and then create your personal brand, it's very important to communicate it with the others. Yes. So how can you communicate with the others? Create your plan. Everything. We need to come up with the plan. If you don't have plans, that means you will fail already. Yes. And select the tools and the methods to adapt your plans. That means how you connect with your audience, how you connect with your partners. You can use different methods, but however, the tool and the way we have tangible and intangibles. Tangible, normally you start to have the business card already. Even you are a student. Yeah, even you are a student. Why I say like that? Because people will find you through your contact information. So develop your business card right now. Yeah, because if you show your business card to the employer, yeah, so even you are volunteer or you are interns, practitioner, so the boss will say that, wow, you are really a good communicator. You are a really professional student. You really be ready for the next job already. Because being an employee is not just work for the employers. Try to act yourself as an employer as well. If you take a role yourself as an employer, everything is possible. Yes. So create your blog. Everything is free. You can go to the Blogger, you know, you can put to the WordPress, download it, develop it. It's easy. Try to promote yourself right now, so everyone will find you online. Yeah. So resume, CV is very important. I know exactly that the University of Cambodia have already prepared you for the CV preparation, because because very important about you. And the last one is about tangible. Yeah, your name and your competence, because your personality, your vision, and your mission. Okay, so try to stick to have the clear timeline, and as well as good communication come with the transparency. That means you have to be clarity. You be clear to yourself, clear to your message that you want to send and to receive, and consistency. Consistency, that means do it, you know, continuously. Okay. Next, brother. And the last one is step 4 is maintain your brand. Yes, maintain your brand is very important. Yeah, like I told you already, create it is very easy, but maintain is harder. So try to be yourself online. Try to be, because everything is now online. I believe that. So the next one is be consistent. Yeah, doing continuously. Yeah, and try to try to connect through yourself on the LinkedIn and get feedback as many as possible. Don't say that feedback is your demotivation. Feedback is your motivation. Yeah, you know, the great boss, the great staff, the great students, yes, always listen to the others, and you will evaluate and analyze, and you will decide would be more positive, would beneficial for you and for the other. So you should be happy when everyone gives you the feedback. And the last one is try to be updated also, not stick in the same, just the same personal branding, but just updates. You cannot, oh, this year my skill is just focus on one skill. I am enough. For the next year, 2 years, yeah, everyone still so about my a personal branding. No, everything is eroded, everything is changing. So update yourself. There might be another skill, there might be another point that you need to learn and improve, even your personality, something like that. Next, brother. Yes, so I say, please stand out for who you are and build brand to who you are and make yourself to be trusted, you know, and accepted to everyone. Next, brother. Yes, networking is very important. If you have developed your brand already and you need to connect with people. So right now, I believe that internet online is the great tools and the platform that you may stay on. Yeah, so please go to that. You are not a student, that means you don't limit yourself. You can join any event that relevant, that related to your needs and you need to your goal that you want to achieve. For example, there is a workshop about the environment or about the society or about the business. So please join. Or any social activity, you can go to that. The more you connect with people, the more you have the ability to show your personal brand and create opportunity together. Next, brother. Yes, so be to yourself, but networking is connecting with people. Is connecting with people. So networking, you need to get to know people, what we can support to each other, and normally your face, when people look at you, is try to groom yourself. Yeah. So if your style is like your hair is not good enough, let's say that, wow, this person is not a good person to connect. So start with the Western style, they shake hand, but Cambodian they sampeh. Yeah, they do the sampeh. I want you to start with sampeh. When you start with sampeh, you seem very gentle, very soft. You show that you have the great compassion, you have the kindness, and then you start with your shake hand. You say that you open opportunity. You don't block anyone. Okay, next, brother. Yeah, so very important. Yeah, choose the person that you want to hang out around to get around with, and prepare your questions. Yeah, try to ask and observe rather than to talk more. If you talk more, sometimes people don't listen to you. Yeah, people listen to what they want to listen. If you build rapport first, you will see, you will get to know that person. That person might be like something fun. That person is strict. You need to talk about the topic or relevant, act yourself strict to that person. Yeah. So and listen more, observe more, no judgment. If you judge, you will have no good networking. You will have no longer any good connection anymore. Yeah. So don't forget to follow up. Yeah, for the next meeting, because you will meet different people. So you will, among 30, there are only a few that you can be your potential to meet up. Yeah. So ask permission. When can we meet each other again? Next, brother. Yeah. So all in all, maybe it's over for. I know it's over for 10 minutes already. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, but so just one more minute to go. So please be patient, everyone, and apologize. So very important that networking and personal branding is one of the key to success for yourself. Yes, so you are yourself. Don't don't stick, don't just follow all to the other. Make just adapt to what it is acceptable together, but not change yourself 100%. Yeah, and try to brainstorm yourself and collect your experience, because and move around that experience, that personality. Yeah, and try to go and work for the career, yeah, that you want to achieve. Yeah, and you need to have at least 2 to 3 goals for your career, not just one job that you want to achieve. Maybe sometimes it is flexible. Yeah, maybe you have many strengths. Sometimes it can be you say that, oh, it's possible to work as a finance manager, and then, oh, when you work and then you see yourself change, you move to marketing manager, something like that. Yeah, so branding, it costs not much. Yeah, so just be who you are and develop your goals, identify your personalities and strengths, and develop it and maintain it. So I believe that you will be successful in your life. Okay. Thank you very much for your time and for your participation. Here my contacts, and here, yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. President and all of us.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ratha. I'm so thankful for your powerful and motivational sharing. To me, it is worth to listen to you, and it is also my dream to become one of professional trainers. And it links to a perspective in believing that we all can contribute continuous success in terms of improving the quality of education when it comes to sustainable development. In retrospective, we need more positive role models like Mr. Samadi, like Mr. Virea, and Mr. Ratha to empower the next young intellectual collectively. And we want them to achieve success and thrive for success and sustain success. Up next, we are having a special presentation, which is a video message from Ms. Heng Malika, and she is the UC alumni. Ms. Heng Malika was a full scholarship student from the University of Cambodia, major in finance and banking. She graduated bachelor's degree from the University of Cambodia in 2014. She was the top 1 outstanding student that got the medal from the University of Cambodia in the annual graduation in 2014. And currently, she's working at Prudential Life Insurance, manager actuary responsible for product pricing and development.
Hello everyone, under the College of Management. I graduated my bachelor degree at UC in 2014 with flying color. And I can say that I was one of the outstanding students at UC as well. To be honest with you, my family condition when I was young was not that well off. Oh, well, I'm still young right now. I was referring to when I was younger. So my family condition was not that well off. So I'm very grateful to UC for providing me this scholarship opportunity to relieve my family burden. And I believe that this scholarship opportunity is even more valuable to you, especially in this difficult situation of COVID-19. Currently, I am working at the Prudential, which is a life insurance company under actuarial function. I know not many of you know what actuarial really is, but actuarial works involve financial analysis and risk management. Actuary use data, statistics, and mathematics to analyze the potential risk event, have the company mitigate those risks, as well as strengthening the financial well-being of the company. So I have worked with Prudential under this function for more than 7 years. And currently, I am leading a product pricing team at Prudential, which my team and I are responsible for designing the feature of the product, analyzing the cost and risk associated with the product, and setting the price to ensure that the product's financial profitability is reasonable, and while the product still remain competitive compared to other products in the market. So you can see that actually is very finance focused. So the finance major that I have learned from UC has helped me a lot to develop my career, especially by helping me in interpreting and explaining the financial performance providing me with problem solving skill and decision making skill by using financial data. But the most interesting thing is, while I am working at Prudential, I have met and worked with other colleges who were also UC graduates. And I also met other UC graduates who work in other big companies as well. But this is not actually surprising to me at all because I trust that UC students are competent and possess very strong skills that deserve good employment. And therefore, to be successful, I think it is important to choose the right major that fit the career that we want to pursue. We have to be ambitious, open to growth and development, and especially society changes all the time. So we have to be flexible, resilient, and adaptive to those changes. ជាចុងក្រោយនាងខ្ញុំសូមជូនពរអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាជួបតែភាពជោគជ័យនៅក្នុងជីវិតនៅក្នុងការងារក៏ដូចជានៅក្នុងការសិក្សា and stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mom Malika, for attending this program with us. Your success is our legacy. Thank you. So to make the program more meaningful, please allow me to invite Ms. Chan Rachana, Director, Office of Scholarships, and Ms. Gong Suk Kiel, Director, Office of Admissions, Information and Registration, to specifically inform you the general information about the upcoming UC Peace Scholarships. Thank you.
Songជំរាបសួរនិងសូមស្វាគមន៍មកកាន់វគ្គសិក្សាថ្មីរបស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាជារៀងរាល់ឆ្នាំសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាតែងតែផ្ដល់អាហារូបករណ៍ 100% ជូនបងប្អូនសិស្សានុសិស្សក៏ដូចជានិស្សិតឆ្នើមតាមរយៈការប្រឡងឆ្នាំសិក្សាថ្មីនេះផងដែរសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជានឹងផ្ដល់ជូនអាហារូបករណ៍ 100% ថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រចំនួន 500 កន្លែងជូនបងប្អូនសិស្សានុសិស្សដែលមានបំណងចង់បន្តថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រនៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាការផ្ដល់ជូននេះគឺបើកចំហដល់សាធារណជនទាំងអស់ដូចនេះសូមបងប្អូនសិស្សានុសិស្សអញ្ជើញរួមមកដាក់ពាក្យនៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាឲ្យបានទាន់ពេលវេលាការបរិច្ឆេទផុតទទួលពាក្យគឺនៅថ្ងៃទី18 ខែកុម្ភៈឆ្នាំ 2022 រីឯការប្រឡងនឹងប្រព្រឹត្តទៅនៅថ្ងៃទី22 ខែកុម្ភៈឆ្នាំ 2022 សម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមសូមបងប្អូនសិស្សានុសិស្សអញ្ជើញមកសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាដោយផ្ទាល់ឬក៏ទំនាក់ទំនងលេខទូរស័ព្ទដែលមានដាក់នៅខាងលើសូមអរគុណ
Thanks, moderator, and good morning, everyone. So please allow me to share this section in Khmer language. អរុនសួស្តីទាំងអស់គ្នាហើយក៏អរគុណសម្រាប់ការចូលរួមផងដែរជាបឋមនេះខ្ញុំសូមគោរពថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំគណៈសាស្ត្រាចារ្យអតីតនិស្សិតក៏ដូចជាវាគ្មិនរបស់យើងព្រមទាំងបងប្អូនសិស្សានុសិស្សទាំងអស់ដែលមានវត្តមាននៅក្នុង webinar នេះក៏ដូចជាប្រិយមិត្តជាច្រើនដែលបានទស្សនាតាមរយៈបណ្ដាញសង្គម Facebook របស់យើងព្រោះថាយើងមានការ live ផ្ទាល់ពី page របស់ page សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាផងដែរ នៅក្នុងវគ្គបន្ទាប់នេះយើងនឹងជម្រាបជូននៅព័ត៌មានពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងអាហារូបករណ៍នៃសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាហើយនាងខ្ញុំចាររចនាតំណាងឲ្យការិយាល័យអាហារូបករណ៍នៃសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាផងដែរអញ្ចឹងមកព្រឹកហ្នឹងគឺគ្នាយើងទាំងអស់គ្នាទទួលបានព័ត៌មានជាច្រើនពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងរៀបច្បងរបស់យើងណាបងជានិស្សិតរបស់យើងពីមុនដែលគាត់ជាអ្នកដែលទទួលបានអាហារូបករណ៍ឆ្លងកាត់ការសិក្សានៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាទទួលបានបទពិសោធន៍ក៏ដូចជាជោគជ័យនៅក្នុងការសិក្សានិងអាជីពការងាររបស់គាត់ផងដែរអញ្ចឹងជាបន្ទាប់នេះគឺបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាទទួលបានព័ត៌មានពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងអាហារូបករណ៍ដែលនៅក្នុងការបកស្រាយនៅពេលនេះគឺយើងមានអាហារូបករណ៍នៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាadmission ក៏ដូចជាសាលានិងមហាវិទ្យាល័យផងដែរចាសូមបន្តតែអញ្ចឹងជារៀងរាល់ឆ្នាំសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាតែងតែផ្ដល់អាហារូបករណ៍ជូនទៅដល់បងប្អូននិស្សិតដែលប្រឡងជាប់បាក់ឌុបសម្រាប់អ្នកដែលមានសញ្ញាបត្រមធ្យមសិក្សាទុតិយភូមិណាគឺគាត់អាចចូលរួមបានសម្រាប់ការប្រឡងហ្នឹង ហើយក្នុងឆ្នាំនេះផងដែរសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជានឹងផ្ដល់ជូនចំនួន2550កន្លែងដែលនៅក្នុងនោះយើងនឹងបែងចែកអាហារូបករណ៍យើងជាពីរប្រភេទទី1គឺអាហារូបករណ៍សន្តិភាពដែលមានចំនួន550កន្លែងផ្ដល់ជូន100%មួយចប់កម្មវិធីសិក្សាសម្រាប់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលប្រឡងជាប់អញ្ចឹងយើងអត់កំណត់ឆ្នាំទេបងប្អូនទាំងអស់ដែលមានសញ្ញាបត្រគឺអាចដាក់ពាក្យប្រឡងបានទាំងអស់គ្នាតែម្ដងទាំងអ្នកដែលជាប់សញ្ញាបត្របាក់ឌុបឆ្នាំកន្លងទៅក៏ដូចជាអ្នកដែលជាប់ថ្មីនេះផងដែរណាហើយសម្រាប់ការបរិច្ឆេទប្រឡងរបស់យើងគឺនៅថ្ងៃសំទោសសម្រាប់ការដាក់ពាក្យបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចចាប់ផ្ដើមទទួលពាក្យក៏ដូចជាដាក់ពាក្យចាប់ពីថ្ងៃនេះតទៅអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់អ្នកទទួលបានព័ត៌មាននេះគឺយើងអាចចែករំលែកជាមួយនឹងមិត្តភ័ក្តិបងប្អូនដែលគាត់មិនទាន់បានគេហៅថាបន្តការសិក្សាថ្នាក់អារម្មណ៍សិក្សាណាសម្រាប់អ្នកដែលគាត់មិនទាន់បានបន្តការសិក្សាថ្នាក់អារម្មណ៍សិក្សាគាត់អាចចូលរួមក៏ដូចជាទទួលយកឱកាសនេះផងដែរហើយសម្រាប់ការបរិច្ឆេទប្រឡងរបស់យើងគឺនៅថ្ងៃទី22ខែកុម្ភៈនិងប្រកាសលទ្ធផលគឺនៅថ្ងៃទី25ខែកុម្ភៈដែលយើងនឹងចូលសិក្សានៅវគ្គថ្មីថ្ងៃទី7ខែមិនិនាឆ្នាំ2022នេះអញ្ចឹងរួចរាល់ឡើងសម្រាប់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលមានចំណាប់អារម្មណ៍នៅក្នុងការទទួលយកឱកាសមួយនេះពីព្រោះថាបើយើងមើលជាក់ស្ដែងទៅវិបត្តិកូវីដគឺអូសបន្លាយរយៈពេល7-2ឆ្នាំហើយអញ្ចឹងជឿជាក់ថាបងប្អូនមួយចំនួនធំក៏ដូចជាក្រុមគ្រួសារមួយចំនួនធំគឺគាត់មានផលប៉ះពាល់គេហៅថាផ្នែកហិរញ្ញវត្ថុនៅក្នុងគ្រួសារអញ្ចឹងប្រសិនបើគ្នាយើងដែលជាអ្នករៀនអាចប្រឡងបានអាហារូបករណ៍សិក្សាដោយឥតគិតថ្លៃរយៈពេល4ឆ្នាំមួយចប់កម្មវិធីសិក្សាថ្នាក់បញ្ញាបត្រហ្នឹងគឺជាការជួយសម្រួលទៅដល់គ្រួសារយើងបានច្រើនបំផុតក៏ដូចជាធ្វើឲ្យយើងជាសម័យខ្លួននេះមានមោទនភាពលើខ្លួនឯងដែរអញ្ចឹងបងលើកទឹកចិត្តឲ្យទាំងអស់គ្នាចូលរួមណាសម្រាប់អ្នកដែលចង់ចូលរួមការប្រកួតប្រជែងមួយនេះហើយឡែកយើងមានអាហារូបករណ៍មួយប្រភេទទៀតគឺសុំទៅ slide បន្ទាប់ដោយឡែកយើងមានអាហារូបករណ៍មួយប្រភេទទៀតដែលជាអាហារូបករណ៍លើកទឹកចិត្តអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់បងប្អូនទាំងអស់ក៏ដូចជាបងដែលចង់បន្តការសិក្សាលើមុខជំនាញណាមួយក៏បានដែរកម្រិតថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាទទួលបានអាហារូបករណ៍ 50% នៅពេលដែលទាំងអស់គ្នាមកទទួលពាក្យបំពេញពាក្យដាក់ពាក្យចូលរៀនអាហារូបករណ៍នេះគឺភ្ជាប់ជាមួយនឹងការដាក់ពាក្យរបស់អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាតែម្ដងណាអញ្ចឹងប្រសិនបើយើងមិនចង់ចូលរួមការប្រកួតប្រជែងសម្រាប់អាហារូបករណ៍ 100% យើងអាចទទួលអាហារូបករណ៍នេះចូលរៀនផ្ទាល់តែម្ដងអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមនៃអាហារូបករណ៍របស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចស្វែងរកបាននៅ website របស់សាលាក៏ដូចជា Facebook page និង post អាហារូបករណ៍របស់យើងផងដែរចង់បញ្ជាក់ផងដែរថាសម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានទូទៅក៏ដូចជាព័ត៌មានពិសេសពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយអាហារូបករណ៍គឺយើងតែងតែមានការផ្សព្វផ្សាយនៅលើបណ្ដាញសង្គមជាពិសេសគឺFacebook របស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាអញ្ចឹងលើកទឹកចិត្តឲ្យទាំងអស់គ្នាចូលរួមតាមដានក៏ដូចជាស្វែងរកនៅព័ត៌មានសាកសួរនៅព័ត៌មានដែលទាំងអស់គ្នាចង់បានស្រាយនៅចម្ងល់ក៏ដូចជាចូលរួមជាមួយនឹងបុគ្គលិកទាំងអស់របស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាផងដែរណាហើយជាបន្តបងសុខៀងគាត់នឹងពន្យល់បន្ថែមពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងការទទួលពាក្យការដាក់ពាក្យក៏ដូចជាការសិក្សានៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាផងដែរសូមអញ្ជើញ
អរគុណបងរចនាហើយសូមជំរាបសួរពាក្យ comment ដែលនៅទីនេះហើយនឹងសួស្តីបងប្អូនដែលកំពុងតែតាមដានស្ដាប់តាមរយៈ Facebook Live របស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាក៏ដូចជាបងប្អូនដែលចូលរួមផ្ទាល់នៅក្នុងកម្មវិធីនេះផងដែរនាងខ្ញុំសូមជំរាបបន្តតាក់ទងទៅនឹងការដាក់ពាក្យប្រឡងយកអាហារូបករណ៍សន្តិភាពរបស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជានៅក្នុងឆ្នាំសិក្សាថ្មីនេះហើយនេះគឺជាលក្ខខណ្ឌមួយចំនួនដើម្បីបងប្អូនដាក់ពាក្យចូលរួមប្រឡងយកអាហារូបករណ៍ 100% ថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់ឯកសារភ្ជាប់ដែលបងប្អូននឹងត្រូវត្រៀមទី1គឺបងប្អូនត្រូវត្រៀមសញ្ញាបត្រទុតិយភូមិឬក៏សញ្ញាបត្រទី12យើងហ្នឹងចំនួនមួយច្បាប់ហើយសូមកូពីអត្តសញ្ញាណប័ណ្ណរបស់បងប្អូនមួយច្បាប់ឬក៏បើសិនជាបងប្អូនអត់មានអត្តសញ្ញាណប័ណ្ណទេអាចយកសុបបច្ចៈកណាត់ក៏បានដែរហើយនឹងរូបថតបងសុំរូបថតមាន4x6 ឬក៏4x6 4សន្លឹកនិង3x4 ចំនួន2សន្លឹកចា៎សូម next slide ហើយសួរថាតើសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជារបស់យើងហ្នឹងតើនឹងផ្ដល់អាហារូបករណ៍ 100% ទៅលើ មុខជំនាញអីខ្លះទៅលើមហាវិទ្យាល័យអីខ្លះអញ្ចឹងនាងខ្ញុំនឹងជំរាបជូនលម្អិតអញ្ចឹងសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជារបស់យើងគឺមានមហាវិទ្យាល័យចំនួន6និងសាលាចំនួន4 Next slide អូខេអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់មហាវិទ្យាល័យទី1គឺមហាវិទ្យាល័យសិល្បៈនិងមនុស្សសាស្ត្រដែលយើងមានជំនាញទាំងអស់ចំនួន6អញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់បងប្អូនដែលចាប់អារម្មណ៍ចង់ដាក់ពាក្យប្រឡងនៅមហាវិទ្យាល័យសិល្បៈនិងមនុស្សសាស្ត្រអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនអាចអញ្ជើញមើលបានគឺយើងមានមុខជំនាញឧទាហរណ៍ដូចជាសង្គមវិទ្យានរវិទ្យាការងារសង្គមចិត្តវិទ្យាការសិក្សាពីអាស៊ីនិងមុខជំនាញសិក្សាពីអាមេរិកចា៎ Next slide មហាវិទ្យាល័យទី2គឺតាក់ទងទៅនឹងខាង IT មហាវិទ្យាល័យនឹងឈ្មោះថាមហាវិទ្យាល័យវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រនិងបច្ចេកវិទ្យាដែលយើងមានមុខជំនាញចំនួន3គឺមុខជំនាញព័ត៌មានវិទ្យាវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រកុំព្យូទ័រអេឡិចត្រូនិកនិងទូរគមនាគមន៍អញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនដែលចាប់អារម្មណ៍ចង់ខ្លាយទៅជាITA ចាប់អារម្មណ៍ចង់បន្តបរិញ្ញាបត្រខាង IT ខាងវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រកុំព្យូទ័រក៏អាចដាក់ពាក្យនៅក្នុងមហាវិទ្យាល័យនេះបានចា៎ Next slide មហាវិទ្យាល័យបន្ទាប់គឺមហាវិទ្យាល័យអប់រំយើងមានជំនាញចំនួន3គឺវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រអប់រំរដ្ឋបាលអប់រំការរៀបចំកម្មវិធីសិក្សានិងការបង្រៀនចា៎ Next slide តមកទៀតគឺមហាវិទ្យាល័យច្បាប់ដែលយើងមានជំនាញទាំងអស់ចំនួន4បងប្អូនអាចចេញមើលបានគឺយើងមានជំនាញនីតិសាស្ត្រនីតិអន្តរជាតិនីតិឯកជននិងនីតិសាធារណៈចា៎ Next slide មហាវិទ្យាល័យបន្ទាប់គឺមហាវិទ្យាល័យវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រសង្គមហើយនាងខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់គឺជាអតីតនិស្សិតនៅមហាវិទ្យាល័យនេះដែរនាងខ្ញុំជំនាញទំនាក់ទំនងអន្តរជាតិអញ្ចឹងនៅក្នុងមហាវិទ្យាល័យនេះយើងមានជំនាញដូចជាតកតងទៅនឹងប្រវត្តិសាស្ត្រវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រនយោបាយទំនាក់ទំនងអន្តរជាតិការសិក្សាអំពីសន្តិភាពគោលនយោបាយសាធារណៈរដ្ឋបាលសាធារណៈនិងការសិក្សាអំពីការអភិវឌ្ឍអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់បងប្អូនដែលឆ្លាញ់ជំនាញទាំងប្រមាណនេះបងប្អូនអាចដាក់ពាក្យប្រឡងអាហារូបករណ៍ជំនាញទាំងអស់នឹងបាននៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាចា៎ Next slide អូខេខាងសារព័ត៌មានមិញបងផុសរដ្ឋាគឺគាត់ជាអតីតនិស្សិតនៅមហាវិទ្យាល័យនឹងផ្ទាល់តែម្ដងចា៎ហើយមហាវិទ្យាល័យនេះគឺយើងមានជំនាញចំនួន4គឺទី1សិល្បៈនិងការសិក្សាអំពីព័ត៌មានសារព័ត៌មានទូរគមនាគមន៍រូបភាពនិងការសិក្សាអំពីគមនាគមន៍ចា៎ Next slide ហើយយើងចូលដល់សាលានេះគឺជាសាលាភាសាបរទេសសាលាភាសាបរទេសរបស់យើងគឺមានជំនាញច្រើននិងជំនាញភាសាច្រើនដែលមានដូចជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសការបកប្រែទំនាក់ទំនងពាណិជ្ជកម្មជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសការបង្រៀនជាភាសាបរទេសហើយយើងមានភាសាចិនភាសាបារាំងភាសាជប៉ុននិងកូរ៉េផងដែរអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់បងប្អូនដែលចាប់អារម្មណ៍ភាសាគឺអាចដាក់ពាក្យប្រឡងនៅមហានៅសាលានេះបានចា៎ Next slide អូខេហើយបន្ទាប់ទៀតផងដែរគឺយើងមានសាលាសិល្បៈនិងច្នៃប្រឌិតដែរនេះយើងពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងផ្នែកដូរតន្ត្រីចម្រៀងរបាំនិងល្ខោននាដកម្ម Okay So next slide នាងខ្ញុំសូមសង្ខេបឲ្យរៀងលឿនដើម្បីឲ្យបងប្អូនអាចសួរសំណួរបានពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងអាហារូបករណ៍ហើយសាលាចុងក្រោយនេះគឺសម្រាប់ថ្នាក់អនុបណ្ឌិតនិងបណ្ឌិតគឺយើងមានមុខជំនាញដូចជាការសិក្សាពីអាស៊ានការទូតនិងការចរចាទំនាក់ទំនងអន្តរជាតិគោលនយោបាយសាធារណៈរដ្ឋបាលសាធារណៈនិងគ្រប់គ្រងសាធារណៈដោយបងស្រីច័ន្ទរចនាគាត់បានជំរាបជូនខាងដើមក្រៅពីអាហារូបករណ៍សន្តិភាព 100% យើងក៏មានអាហារូបករណ៍លើកទឹកចិត្ត 50% ផងដែរសម្រាប់បងដែលគាត់ចង់បន្តថ្នាក់ Master ឬក៏ថ្នាក់ PhD ចា៎ Next slide ចឹងសម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងការដាក់ពាក្យប្រឡងអាហារូបករណ៍នៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាគឺពុកម៉ែបងប្អូនសិស្សានុសិស្សអាចអញ្ជើញចូលទៅកាន់គេហទំព័ររបស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាឬក៏ website របស់សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាឬក៏ទំនាក់ទំនងទៅលេខទូរស័ព្ទដែលនាងខ្ញុំបានដាក់បង្ហាញនៅលើ slide នេះតែម្ដងផ្ទាល់ក៏បានដែរតាម Telegram ក៏បានឬក៏ call មកក្រុមការងារផ្ទាល់ក៏បានដែរចា៎ Next slide សូមបន្តិចបានទេនាងខ្ញុំសូមបន្ថែមផងដែរនៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជារបស់យើងគឺយើងមានកម្មវិធីសិក្សា2គឺកម្មវិធីសិក្សាជាភាសាខ្មែរនិងកម្មវិធីសិក្សាជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់បងប្អូន ដែលចាប់អារម្មណ៍កម្មវិធីខ្មែរក៏អាចដាក់ពាក្យបានចាប់អារម្មណ៍កម្មវិធីសិក្សាភាសាអង់គ្លេសក៏អាចដាក់ពាក្យបានដែរគឺយើងបើកទាំងពីរ program នៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាចាអញ្ចឹងសូមអរគុណ
Okay, thank you so much, Mong Rachana and Mong Kim, for pushing the promotional activities to the upper limits. Hopefully, most of grade 12 students can reach out on the UCP scholarships information. And if you want to get more information, please go on UC Facebook page. Thank you. And now we are coming to the Q&A session. But before we start the panel discussion, I would like to introduce another UC alumni, Mr. Liu Kim Lai. And Mr. Kim Lai is currently an educational program officer at UNESCO Phnom Penh office. He manages education programs for non-formal education, particularly on primary and secondary levels, which are the part of the UN Joint Program for Decent Youth Employment in Cambodia, DEY, Phase 1 and 2. In his current capacity, he also focuses on digital education, TVET, and youth employment. He has served various positions in local and international NGOs and youth groups. At the University of Cambodia, Mr. Kim Lai graduated from his bachelor degree in international relations in 2014. As a CSLA scholar, Mr. Kim Lai earns his graduate degree in Sustainable International Development from Brandeis University from United States. Thank you. So right now, I think I need to find a question from our audience. Okay, I get it from John. John, he asked one of our guest speaker, Bong somebody. Is there any difference between Cambodia and Singapore in terms of teamwork and responsibility? Could you please share something that we can learn from them? So, Bong somebody, would you please kindly answer the question?
Thank you, Prasad, and thank you, John, for the questions. I have not been able to see how the Singaporean were working on with relation to their responsibility and teamwork, but I can learn from what I observed from them. They have a quite, it's not really between Cambodia and Singapore, it's really not one is better than which, but it's a type of a different culture with different style of working responsibility and teamwork. For example, in teamwork, the Singaporean follow the style of more equal, while in Cambodia we have a term of leadership in teamwork, and then he or she can lead the group, assign the task to everyone. But in Singapore, they would try to gather ideas from everyone to work as a team. But in terms of the difference that it can sometimes working, not having a leader can be a little bit chaotic within the work. We have to spend more time to decide on which to do, and sometimes it's not really effective. In terms of responsibility, the Singaporean is very responsible for their job. Some of them actually too proud of their self. Even some they know how to do their job well. But it's a bit hard to be working as a team with this kind of responsibility, because sometimes they do not listen to everyone. They do not listen to the idea from the team, but trying to reject that the idea is always right. I think that is all. Thank you.
Okay, អរគុណបងសម្ដីជំងឺខ្ញុំឃើញសំណួរមួយទៀតពី Pavi គាត់ថា First I would like to say good morning to our dean and professor. How to make education accessible and become an important human resource that can compete in the field of employment, both inside and outside the country. So I think Mr. Virat can handle the question.
Thank you so much.
Oh, Mr. Samadi or Bong Samadi or Bong Ratha, it is a joint answer.
Okay, so let me answer first, right, moderator? Hello, Bong.
Oh, okay, wait. I think you should go first, and then Bong Samadi and Bong Ratha. We go after.
Okay, so thank you. I think the questioner is older than me, right? So I would like to call her Bong. Thank you, Bong Pavi, for your question. To me, I think that I would like to repeat your question again. How to make education accessible and become an important human resource that can compete in field of employment, both inside and outside country, mean both national and abroad. So, to my perspective and based on my experience, to become an important human resource and make our education accessible, first, you need to study more and focus on your, focus on your major, like try to study hard during lecture time and try to get a good grade for every subject that you think it is important for your major, for your future career. So try your best in academic GPA and academic background. And one more thing, an important human resource, knowledge alone, knowledge only is not enough. Important human resource it means that you are good at academic grade, you are good academic knowledge, and one more thing, you need to understand and flexible in society because compete in society, compete in employment society, knowledge, smart in knowledge is not enough. You need to be smart and flexible in society as well. And I take my experience as an example. If I want to be compete in field of my major, international relation, I need to read more international cooperation, international diplomat, and the world news. So if I graduate from my major, I may not able to compete with them in terms of knowledge. And one more thing, as to build up my education and the human resource ability for my major. At the same time, I get volunteer in international organization. So those volunteer, those read, those society involvement may develop my education, become accessible, and develop my human resource ability to become higher than another competitor. So that's it for my answer. Thank you for the question and thank you, moderator.
Maybe I can follow up on the questions. I would like to echo what Mr. Vilya had said, that knowledge alone is not enough to be able to work well in the company, in the society. I think I also have to recall one of the points I mentioned is that it is teamwork and having to deal with people. Actually, most of the knowledge we learn from school has already prepared us enough for the work, but we can never always having enough experience dealing with people. In my field, or in my work, when I try to do any work, I think my work is already easy enough if I don't have to deal with people. If there is people having, I have people to deal with. It's we have to learn from them how they work, how how they reflect to how we are working, the process, the kind of work they need from us. And the kind of communication they need to be working with each other is quite challenging. And I think that is it. Maybe the other panelists have the answer to that as well.
Maybe I could also share something in here. I am Malika. Yeah, thank you the speaker, and yeah, I mean I totally agree. I definitely agree with what you have said. Just want to add on a little bit more on this topic. I think it is a very interesting question and topic to discuss about. Actually, I could say that when I look at this question, there are like two parts in there. First of all, how to make education accessible or more accessible, and also how do we build ourselves to be a human resource in the country. So I could say it is more like on a joint effort as well between the government, the university, or even the students. I mean, individuals themselves, especially like the way, I mean, UC has provided scholarship here. So this is already where we make the education more accessible to Cambodian people, because I mean, there are people who are not able to go to university, and there are various reasons for that. And one of them should be when they have a financial economic issue. And that's why this scholarship is very important to them to get to make them access to education. And of course, there is also other opportunity, like if you cannot go to the university, the top university, but then there are also vocational training that is provided to Cambodian people who can also shape their hard skills or their mechanic skills, so that they can. It's also give them opportunity in the employment as well. And of course, in this situation of COVID-19, I think COVID-19, even though it is a difficult situation, it also teaches us a new ways of working, which is a digital working, a digital learning. So even in this forum, right, we can normally we would host a forum physically, but now we do it in a virtual way. So this is already a digital adoption. So of course, as an individual, or as the university, or maybe other corporate, yeah, I mean, this digital adoption, I mean, because digital make everything more accessible no matter where you are. Even though you are far away, you can still join, you can still learn from it. So this is not something that you can do within a day. It needs a longer time to have this adoption. But I think we can start learning from now, because I remember last time, I mean, a few days earlier, I mean, my company Prudential has launched the CamTech Summit, and in the CamTech, we mainly discuss about digital. And at that time, there is also a discussion on to go digital citizen, digital government, digital business. So that is very important aspect. And another things I want to highlight, which is also important, because I mean, the curriculum, I mean for us to be able to compete, especially in the with other people, in other individuals in the I mean, as foreigners, because foreigners, I mean, they have I mean, to compete with them, it is important that the university or even the school have updated curriculum or updated major. I mean, that is, I could say that is as on par or as competitive or the same as what the other country has been doing. For example, when I work, I was an actuarial, but I don't think the actuarial major is common in Cambodia, or almost. I mean, because the actuarial is a new skill, a new career that only come when the life insurance business is coming to Cambodia. So I think the resource is still scarce at that point, and we need more human resource in this. So I think this is also some things that the university or other school could look at to introduce the major to students, because actually we of course really need a human resource in actuary in Cambodia, and there are not many like that, like actuarial science. This is also an important major. So I think this is what I can share in here, and I hope it is useful to everyone. And thank you for the question.
Okay. I think before we proceed to the next question, I would like to acknowledge Bong Malika and Bong Kim Lai for showing your presence with us in the Q&A session. And if possible, both of you can contribute your inputs in the panel discussion in a further question, for the further question, okay? But thank you. So next I got another question from the other audience. I don't know whether it's a guy or a girl, but he wants to ask Bong somebody again. Bong somebody. Okay. What are the challenges that you are facing during your career as a young diplomat?
Oh, okay. So the challenge I'm facing as the young diplomat is that I'm still new at this. This is just the first year I'm having. There's still a lot to learn. The other thing I noticed that one person cannot know everything about their country. Right? For Cambodia, I don't know everything about my country, not every aspect of it. But sometimes we have to learn a little bit of everything for the country, because people always ask when you meet with other people in other sectors, people always ask about their sectors and that sector in Cambodia. I don't know what I'm not catching up with the sport sector much in Cambodia. When they ask about sport, I don't know how to answer that. Maybe I have to learn a little bit of everything to at least give out a possible answer for that. And the other thing is that with COVID-19 reason, I only been here with COVID-19, and it's quite hard with Singapore. Singapore has a very strict restrictions with the gathering and for working. People most of the day you can only meet 2 people per day, and only one-on-one meeting during most of the time. So it's quite hard to have a large gathering for meetings, and it's quite hard to learn from other and join any event, because COVID restriction is very strict here. And that should be all. And if you have any question, I can answer that later. I'm sorry, but I don't hear you what you're saying.
Is it loud and clear now? Okay. But អរគុណបងសំរីសំណួរបន្តទៀតនិស្សិតចង់សួរទៅបងប្រថា in regard to building personal branding, what would you say to us that are still figuring out or in the process of exploring ourselves in calling in terms of career and future profession?
Yeah, thank you, Brother Prasid, and thank you for the person who asked the question. Yeah, like I already mentioned about the 4 steps of how to develop your self-branding is very important. Yeah, I may reflect to my experience as the student as well. Yeah, I finished my BBA program in Cambodia, and I also got the scholarship from Henrik Foundation to study MBA program at the La Salle University in the Philippines. Yeah, and yes, on the Henrik Foundation. And first of all, I say that being a student, yeah, or before you become a student, yeah, university student, try to identify your strength, yeah, identify your personality, yeah, like we say, who you are and what are you good at, what can you do, what are you different from the other, yeah. And you may see about your personality, like you are a quiet person. Yeah, maybe you are a friendly person. Yeah, something like that. So and also at the school, at the high school, what the subject that you are good at. It can be math, it can be English language, it can be my literature, you know. Yeah. And then you may see about, you have to set your goal, because the goal of your life is not just focus on career. We have different different goals. It can be academic goal, it can be life goal, it can be career goals, and so on. So you may start with your academic and career goals. Yes, because normally before you having the job or you start your own business, it's very important to help you develop your academic. Yeah. Start, for example, that in year one. So what would you like to achieve? Is it what grade you want to achieve? GPA, is it 3, 4? And what subject that you need to build on, something like that. And also you have to complete yourselves, develop yourselves on the knowledge and yes, and the networking is very important at the same time. Yeah. So for the normally we study at the university, we have 4 years as the bachelor degree. Yeah. So year 1, year 2, year 3, what do you want to achieve on that? So start in year 1 and year 2, you have to develop yourself and adjust yourself to that academics. Yeah, not spend too much on work or job, because you need to earn the knowledge, you need to earn the skills. Yeah, and you need to improve your attitude. Yeah, yeah. So try to, if you develop yourself strong, if you develop yourself, become trusted. So for the job, you will easily get. Yeah, you will easily get. So I can say that in general, being a qualified person, being a professional one, you need to adapt, align yourself in 3 points that it aligns with the national curriculums. And it can be, you have to earn the knowledge. You need to be what you are good at. Yeah. For example, if you are normally you are quiet but you are strict, maybe finance and accounting you can be study with and to deal with. And if you are friendly, for example, if you are lively, yeah, maybe sales and marketing, yes, the one who you can work with. Yeah. So I know that yeah, stick to who you are. Yes, stick to who you are. And then skills. Skill is very important. You know, in terms of being a successful person, you need to absorb both hard skill and soft skill. Yeah. You know, you need to complete to your knowledge through your hard skill. You need to have a skill of good communication skills, facilitation skills, people skill. You know, yes, that you're gonna adapt it. And also, yeah, that is the soft skill. Is very important for you. And the last one is attitude. Attitude is everything. Yeah, attitude is everything. Why I know it's everything? Because if you can develop and manage your attitude well, that means you will get along with all people. You cope up with all the situations. It can be flexible, you know. And the good leaders come up with the good attitude. Number one, yeah, number one that I need you to adapt. Okay, so we can say that when you go to this kind of things that you want to achieve, and then try to develop your personal branding by building connects and communicate with the people that you want to hang around. Yes, like I see you can join any workshop or any meetings or any groups that provides the same or similar subjects that you want to achieve. Yeah, especially your career that you want to achieve. Yeah, and maintain that relationships. Yeah, maintain that relationship and use the tool as much as possible that you can connect with. So like I say, right now people go online. So prepare yourself. Your CV is very important. Your CV is yourself. So start from year 3 and year 4. Maybe you need to make your skills become more concrete. Yeah, make your skills become more concrete. So when you leave the university, you are ready for your job. You can be a leader. You can be a supervisor or manager immediately after university because you are prepared from years 3 and year 4 already, and it depends on your commitment. It depends on your attitude. Yeah. So like I say, try to be online, but because you need to use social medias for the right purpose. If you use the wrong purpose, you will have the negative impacts to the people around and to the people who wish to connect with you. Yeah, try to be careful with your word because your word, your actions can affect whether people want to connect and to work to hire you or not. Because people will say and the rest will say about you. Yeah, and if you prepare yourself well, so I recommend that for the social media, so the Facebook, you may not be careful, and if you want to be professional, post it in LinkedIn because LinkedIn is the platform that it combine of the professional people there. So you can look for the job and for the networking there. Okay, and I say yes, try to maintain it. The last one is the maintaining. Maintaining is very important because you need to have also the goal for the relationship, goal for society as well, because you cannot work and study without balance. So you yourself need to focus on work-life balance. Work-life balance, not just study, not just work all the time, but life. Spare your time with your family, with your friends, with also the society as well. So all in all, I can say that it seems this question it seems broad, and it might take a lot of time to explain you. So is there anything else? Maybe our other guest speaker can add on, and also I may answer later. Thank you.
But អរគុណច្រើនមករដ្ឋា Madam Examen បាទអញ្ចឹងបន្តមកទៀតខ្ញុំសូមអញ្ជើញគ្រប់បងគឹមឡាយឲ្យគាត់មានការឆ្លើយតបទៅលើសំណួរអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំអានសំណួរសិនបងគាត់ថា In your perspective, how do you think the network that you have built during your study at UC help you in your current position?
Thank you, President. Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, students and speakers. I've been waiting for questions, but there was no question posted for me. But I'll try to answer a question from you. But how much time do I have? Can you hear me well?
I'm sorry, my internet connection was slow. Would you
Can-
please ask me one more time?
Can you hear me well? How much time do I have to address the question?
What would you expect, bro?
I think you can have all the time in the world, Kim Lai.
Very good, very good. Then I will have to thank you, somebody. But before I answer the question from you regarding networking, I think the question from Satyavi on Facebook, I think it was really important, and I was also looking for opportunity to address that. I think the first part of the question was the accessibility of education, and the second one was the competition in the labor market, in the employment opportunity. I think, well, if you think about accessibility, I think in Cambodia, the government, the DPs, and different actors have been working together very hard to ensure we have inclusive, opportunity for different levels. For example, from primary to lower secondary to high school, to higher education. So I think the opportunity is there. If you look at the enrollment at primary level, we could see that almost 100%. I think up to 95 to 98% of young kids in rural areas and in the cities, they have enrolled. But we have seen, some opportunities at lower secondary, at high school levels, of course, are limited, but not very much. Still, we have opportunity. We have, schools across the country to support them and give them the opportunities to enroll. But when it comes to university level, when it comes to higher education, I think we still also have the opportunity. For example, now the University of Cambodia, other campuses in Cambodia, they have open for scholarships. And that's where you can take the opportunity and apply or compete to get the place. So I think my point I want to make is that the opportunity is there, accessibility is there, but the question to you back is, what have you done or what have you been doing to make sure that you will be one of them to get selected? So this is something that I would like to convey the message. I'm not sure if how many of our listeners will be able to understand English, but this is the key message, that you have to be aware of the information. I think we have the schools, we have university, we have scholarships available. For example, University of Cambodia alone offers, I think, at least 500 full scholarships this year. This scholarship, but to what extent that the information will be disseminated to the target beneficiaries? For example, those who have recently graduated from high school, or those who have graduated from high schools in the previous years. How do we make sure that information will be communicated through different channels and reach out to them? And how the students themselves, prepare to get the scholarships available? So this is the first part to the question. The second one, I think competition is getting, stiffer, more difficult in the coming years, as we understand the context, evolution of digital world, IR 4.0, for example, and other aspects. But it's important that we take into account that there are different options available. And I think my alumni, I think Malika, I remember you were the one who gave the speech during the graduation. I think your point that you made on the TVET, the TVET, technical vocational education and training, I think it's another option. I think some other countries in Europe, for example, like Switzerland, there are more than 70% of young people who graduated from high school who enroll in TVET, because understanding the importance of skills in the development of the economy and for themselves. And in Cambodia, we have actually two different options. Number one is TVET institutes under Ministry of Labor. We have over 130 of them, under public TVET institutes, NGOs, and private TVET institutes. And under Ministry of Education, we have, also technical high schools. I think more than 10 of them. I think 17 technical high schools across the country, where you can, if you complete grade 9 basic education, for example, then you will be, eligible to enroll in certificate level 1, because C1. And that's where, the other option that I also would like to encourage young people to consider. But still, the information is very limited. We need to do more to promote, to raise the awareness. Thank you. This is, some short remarks to the question posted on Facebook, and I hope our audience would understand. The second question from Prasad, the facilitator on networking. I think it's really important, and some of the speakers, Bangratha already mentioned that as well. In the professional world, in the academic world, when it comes to success, there's no single factor that can determine that. It's a combination, integration of different, efforts, different factors, and communications, networking is one of them. It doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter, from what university you graduated from wherever you are from. Having the skills, having the attitudes, having the qualifications, but without networking is like you're having no hands to work. And the extent that it helped me while I was, a student. I did my international relations bachelor's degree in the University of Cambodia. Graduated in 2013, but I had to wait until 2014 to get my certificate at that time. I think it was a major milestone to get to know a lot of outstanding, peer classmates, like the speakers that we have today here. I think the good thing about University of Cambodia is that if we talk to anyone that you share your classroom with, I think everyone was competent, was committed. They were, knowledgeable. It's something that I could see from UC. I am not saying that other campuses, other universities are not, offering the opportunity for highly competent students, but my experience, personal experience from UC is that when you share the environment, when you share the classroom with those outstanding, those committed, highly experienced workers or students, at the time, some of them are already working full time, like I myself. It's the door to another opportunity. Because again, I just want to mark my word to use that information is the key. And where do you get information? Information can help you make decisions. Information can help you get a new opportunity. Information can make you outstanding, for example. And where do you get those pieces of information? Through your networks. Through your networks. You can ask your friends, of course. Even I get my job now. I work as an education officer at UNESCO Phnom Penh office. And the reason because I got my job is that I went to University of Cambodia right after I came back from the US. It was an event at the University of Cambodia. Okay, now I miss my school. I wanted to visit my campus. I went there and then I met a few friends who were doing some kind of canvassing activities. And then, hey, Kim Lai, you got back from the US. Now there's a job vacancy available at UNESCO. I think it fits you the most. I'm not kidding. This is the reason why I'm still working for UNESCO until now. It's because of the network that I have. And this is just one aspect of the benefits of having, good networks. I think it can, of course, provide further benefits to you. But according to my experience, career opportunities, information, of course, it can help you, build your credibility as well. You never know who will check on you. For example, if you apply for different scholarships or different jobs, So my last message to you was that try to maintain your network that you have, but also create new ones. And why new ones is important? Because I would consider two different types of friendships. Number one is strong ties. Number two is low ties or weak ties. Strong ties are those group of people who already, are your close friends. So the pool of information, the pieces of information that you might have to you might receive from them is not that new, because we have been exchange information, for example, in the last 10 years until now. But those weak ties are the ones that are recommended from your friends, or are the new ones that you're going to make friends with. And those group of people will of course offer you new information that you might find interesting, important, or relevant. So, but if you want one more last piece of advice, don't take your friendship or network as granted. When it comes to network, it's you have to remember it's called law of reciprocity. It's a give and take situation. So don't count too much on your friendship, but think of how you can contribute. It's a mutual benefits that two people can. It's also a type of social contract between two people, and that of course you can be successful counting on your existing network. I hope I did not talk too much, and we'll hand over to you. Over to you, Professor. Thank you.
It was awesome. Thank you. Really, really, really awesome. Okay, now it's my turn. I have asked a lot of questions from the audience, and this is from me personally. And I want to ask Bong Kim Lai, what people call you at the United States? You got a nickname, right? So I want to ask you this question, Bong. What is your perspective when oneself believe that he is a jack of all trades, but a master of none? He is a jack of all trades, but a master of none.
Is that question to me?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. I think this is an interesting phrase. Different situation, but it can of course be applied in different contexts as well. For example, if you are a bachelor's student, for example, and you aim to enroll in 2 or even 3 different majors at the same time, I think this is something that is critical for those who have recently graduated from high school to consider that having enrolled in many different fields, many different majors at the same time will not be something that you can, you should do. I think in development contexts, or it can be applied to different contexts as well, we say less is more. Meaning if you focus on one thing and master it, take it to the top level, for example, leverage the existing resources and sharpen your skills. For example, I did my bachelor's degree at UC in IR, and then I spend more time. When I focus on only one major, only one subject at UC, it gave me time to work. It gave me time to did internship, with different NGOs, different institutions. It also gave me time to build networks, to attend different workshops, and of course to learn more, do research and read and find out new opportunities. So the phrase that we say, jack of all trades is a master of none. I think it's important that we have to focus on one particular thing, but don't get that wrong. I think it's important that you focus on any particular major, particular subject, but it does not tell you that you don't have to know other areas. Don't get that wrong. I think in the rapidly and continuously evolving world these days, people keep learning. The world keep changing. People keep learning. If we stop, you will limit yourself to understand the world. That's why we keep innovating. We keep learning. Of course, we will stick on one particular important or like specific skill or area, but at the same time, given the vast majority of the opportunities coming up and the evolving world that we have right now, staying in one place is not enough. Keep learning, keep exploring, and again, innovation is the key. Don't be disappointed. Don't regret like the CEO of Nokia that once said, "We didn't do anything wrong, but somehow we failed." I think it's very famous. So keep learning. And
now maybe
yes,
you are a fan of Tesla.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I have one more question for Malika. I need you to help me. So one of the students came to me and asked me, "Ôi, Bong hiện trong thu Bong trong the online, online." Okay, and I was not able to answer the question. And now hopefully you can help me on that.
Yep. Thank you for the question. So then I will take your question literally. Simply, no matter what you do, it is important whether you are success in your life or not, right? So no matter what you do, it is important whether you can ensure success in your life or not. And different people would define different success. There are people who think that they are successful only when they have a car. They are successful only when they become the chief executive in the company, or they are successful only when they have, a loving husband, a loving wife, or a cute, a cute child, a cute daughter, a cute son. But so the thing is, everyone have different definition of success. So even though so I'm not criticizing people who abandon their study and then go to go to sell online, because everyone has different goals, have different purpose in life, right? So even though but the thing is, what I want them, what my advice or my suggestion is that it is important to set one goal. To set goal in your life, and it is better to stick to it and shape yourself better to achieve what you have said earlier. Because don't study, don't go to the university just for the sake of study, right? Because that would simply simply just waste your time. There's nothing wrong with it, but of course it will waste your time because you spend 1 or 2 years at university, but then you realize that it doesn't work, and then you have to go back to do something else. But what if you do something else from the beginning? You set up a company from the beginning, you sell online, you make a small shop online. But then if you do it from 2 years ago, then your online shop would have been even bigger than today. So I think that that's my take in here. But of course I'm not of course you can always correct your, there is always failure actually. On the way to the success there is always failure. But like you said, I think Bong Viria, don't regret what you choose, even though it is a failure, but don't make it a scar in your life. Of course, scar heals, right? Don't make it a scar in your life. You can always turn back. You can turn back at some point, but some you cannot turn back. But this point in career, you can turn back. But make sure don't make too much regret in your life. And even though you regret, don't regret it. I think Bong Viria said that. Don't regret it. And but try to shape yourself better, or even though you go back, still still maintain the same self motivation. I think Bong Kim Lai also mentioned that. No matter what you do, still maintaining your self motivation from the beginning until the end. I think that is what I could share in here. And actually there's one more thing. If I am to define my definition of success, so simply I could say that my definition of success is to do what I like and enjoy what I'm doing, while at the same time I'm giving value and respect to other people. And I think that is my value of success. I think that's what I can share. Thank you.
Okay, Bong, well, Chia Hanuman from here.
But if we may have to add, for people who said they want to sell clothes online, I think imagine if they learn how the marketing research work, they will know better how to improve their selling, and maybe create a bigger company later on, and just doesn't just only sell clothes online for the rest of their life.
Well, the only problem is that ពេលគាត់ប្រាប់ខ្ញុំហើយខ្ញុំទៅតាមដាន stop profile គាត់ក៏អត់មានលក់ផងហ្នឹង ប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំ honestly ខ្ញុំជឿទុកចិត្តថាដូចបងគឹមឡាយនិយាយថាបើសិនជាពួកគាត់ចាប់ដើមស្គាល់ positive role model ដូចពួកបងខ្ញុំគិតថាគាត់នឹងមានគំនិតថ្មីច្រើនហើយនឹងព្យាយាមកែខ្លួនឯងពីម្ដងបន្តិចម្ដងបាទ yes អរគុណបងអញ្ចឹងជាចុងក្រោយខ្ញុំមានសំណួរមួយដែរនិស្សិតគាត់សួរតាក់ទងអំពីអាហារូបករណ៍សាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាគាត់សួរថាបងប្រឡងតាមណា online ក៏ offline អញ្ចឹងសូមអធិស្ឋានបងរចនាឬក៏បងខៀងអាចឆ្លើយសំណួរនឹងបានណាបង
អរគុណប្រសិទ្ធអរគុណសម្រាប់សំណួរថាតើនីតិវិធីនៃការប្រឡងរបស់យើងហ្នឹងគឺប្រព្រឹត្តទៅ online ឬក៏ offline ជាក់ស្ដែងទៅយោងតាមសេចក្តីប្រកាសរបស់ក្រសួងអប់រំហ្នឹងបច្ចុប្បន្នហ្នឹងគឺសាលាទាំងអស់ទូទាំងប្រទេសគឺដំណើរការវិញតាំងពីបឋមរហូតទៅដល់មហាវិទ្យាល័យអញ្ចឹងណា ចឹងបើយើងមើលជាក់ស្ដែងទៅយើងគួរតែ offline ហើយមានន័យថាប្រឡងក្នុងថ្នាក់គ្រាន់តែថាស្ថានភាពជាក់ស្ដែងយើងអត់ទាន់អាចប្រមាណមើលបានទេថា3ខែទៅមុខទៀតនឹងមានអ្វីកើតឡើងយើងអត់ទាន់មើលឃើញទេព្រោះថាបញ្ហា COVID នៅតែបន្តបើទោះជាបច្ចុប្បន្នហ្នឹងស្ថានភាពយើងប្រសើរឡើងជាងគេក៏ដោយអញ្ចឹងការប្រុងប្រយ័ត្នគឺយើងនៅតែមានអញ្ចឹងជាការកំណត់របស់គណៈកម្មការអាហារូបករណ៍ពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងការប្រឡងហ្នឹងយើងសូមរក្សាសិទ្ធិនៅក្នុងការផ្ដល់ជូនព័ត៌មានទៅនិស្សិតនាពេលក្រោយមានន័យថាបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាព្យាយាមតាមដានเพจរបស់សាលាព្រោះសាលានឹងផ្ដល់ព័ត៌មានតាមរយៈเพจថាតើយើងនឹងប្រឡងបែបម៉េចហើយអ្វីដែលបងប្អូនគួរតែត្រៀមហ្នឹងទី1គឺតាមដានเพจរបស់សាលាដើម្បីទទួលបានព័ត៌មានឲ្យបានពេញលេញពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងការសិក្សានិងការប្រឡងទី2គឺបងប្អូនគួរតែទទួលពាក្យដាក់ពាក្យដើម្បីទទួលបាននៅប្រកាន់ដៃឬក៏ឈ្មោះនៅក្នុងការប្រឡងដើម្បីត្រៀមហើយទី3នេះគឺបងប្អូនត្រូវត្រៀមចំណេះដឹងទូទៅក៏ដូចជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសសម្រាប់អ្នកដែលគាត់ចង់ចូលរួមការប្រកួតប្រជែងមួយនេះណាដើម្បីទទួលបានអាហារូបករណ៍នេះគឺជាអ្វីដែលបងអាចផ្ដល់ជូនបានពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងព័ត៌មានលម្អិតយើងនឹងផ្ដល់ជូនពេលក្រោយទៀតទៅតាមភាពជាក់ស្ដែងណាអរគុណច្រើន
អូខេអរគុណបងគាត់សួរថាបងបើជាប់100%ហើយពេលរៀនត្រូវគោរពលក្ខខណ្ឌអ្វីខ្លះ
ចាអរគុណអូសំណួរចេញមកគឺអ្នកចង់រៀនតែហ្មងណាអញ្ចឹងតកតងមួយគោលការណ៍អាហារូបករណ៍របស់យើងអត់មានអីពិបាកអីអូនសំខាន់នៅពេលដែលអូនប្រឡងជាប់អាហារូបករណ៍ 100% អូនត្រូវបង្ហាញវត្តមានទៅតាមការបច្ឆេទដែលសាលាកំណត់ត្រៀមលក្ខណៈនៅក្នុងការសិក្សាអញ្ចឹងការសិក្សានៅក្នុងថ្នាក់របស់យើងហ្នឹងពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងវត្តមានយើងត្រូវគ្រប់ឲ្យបានយ៉ាងតិចបំផុត 75% នៃវត្តមាននៃការសិក្សារបស់យើងហើយឧទាហរណ៍ថាបើវត្តមានយើង count 10 ដងអញ្ចឹងមិនដែលបងអូនអាចឈប់បានត្រឹមតែ2ដងឯងដាក់ច្បាប់បានត្រឹម2ដងឯងលក្ខណៈបែបហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងមិនដែលថាយើងត្រូវតែ maintain វត្តមានរបស់យើងនៅក្នុងថ្នាក់ឲ្យបាន 75% ទី1ទី2តកតងជាមួយនឹងកិច្ចការដែលគ្រូគាត់បានផ្ដល់ឲ្យសម្រាប់ការសិក្សាហ្នឹងយើងត្រូវរក្សាពិន្ទុយើងយ៉ាងហោចណាស់ឲ្យបាន GPA 2.5 បើនិយាយឲ្យខ្លីទៅស្មើនឹងនិទ្ទេស C បូកអញ្ចឹងបងប្អូនទាំងអស់ត្រូវរក្សាពិន្ទុរបស់យើងនៅក្នុងកម្រិតប៉ុណ្ណឹងគឺយើងអាចរក្សានៅអាហារូបករណ៍របស់យើងបានហើយទី3ពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងការដែលយើងសិក្សាឧទាហរណ៍ថាបើសិនបើនេះអនាគតយើងមើលឃើញណាអូនអញ្ចឹងបើសិនបើយើងមានការងារធ្វើឬក៏យើងមានបញ្ហាអ្វីដែលពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងការសិក្សាយើងចង់ព្យួរយើងចង់ពជាពេលអាហ្នឹងក៏កំណត់នៅក្នុងអាហារូបករណ៍របស់យើងដែរថាបងប្អូនទាំងអស់មានពេលព្យួរឬក៏មានពេលផ្អាកការសិក្សារយៈពេលប្រហែលអញ្ចឹងចំណុចទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងលម្អិតទៀតអូនត្រូវមកប្រឹក្សាជាមួយនឹងខាងការិយាល័យអាហារូបករណ៍បងបងមានក្រុមការងារដើម្បីផ្ដល់ជូនព័ត៌មានលម្អិតណាអញ្ចឹងគ្រប់តាមលក្ខខណ្ឌទាំង3ហ្នឹងគឺបងអាចរក្សាអាហារូបករណ៍សិក្សាមួយចប់កម្មវិធីរយៈពេល4ឆ្នាំតែម្ដងអរគុណ
អូខេបងខ្ញុំសុំថែមសំណួរពីបងប្រុសសម្បត្តិគាត់សួរថាបងខ្ញុំត្រូវដាក់ពាក្យតាមណាហើយខ្ញុំគួរតែធៀមខ្លួនប្រឡងពីមុនត្រូវធ្វើអីគេខ្លះដើម្បីប្រឡងអាហារូបករណ៍ឲ្យជាប់
អូខេអរគុណប្រសិទ្ធពាក់ព័ន្ធទៅនឹងការដាក់ពាក្យគឺយើងមាននីតិវិធី2អាចអញ្ជើញមកដាក់ពាក្យនៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាផ្ទាល់ក៏បានឬក៏ដាក់ពាក្យតាមអនឡាញក៏បានដែរអនឡាញគឺអាចតាក់ទងតាម Telegram របស់នាងខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់ដែលសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាបានផុសជារៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃហើយមួយទៀតត្រៀមខ្លួនសម្រាប់ការប្រឡងអាហារូបករណ៍ទីមួយបងប្អូនត្រូវតែបានដាក់ពាក្យដើម្បីទទួលបានប្រកាន់ដៃប្រឡងបើសិនជាអត់មានប្រកាន់ដៃទេគឺពុំមានសិទ្ធិប្រឡងទេអញ្ចឹងអីដែលសំខាន់បំផុតត្រូវបានមកដាក់ពាក្យសិនតាមអនឡាញក៏បានមកផ្ទាល់ក៏បានអញ្ចឹងទៅពួកបងនឹងអាចផ្ដល់ព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមជូនបងប្អូនទៀតហើយត្រូវធៀបមួយទៀតគឺដោយសារតែការប្រឡងគឺយើងប្រឡងទៅលើវិញ្ញាសា2ចំណេះដឹងទូទៅជាភាសាខ្មែរមួយហើយនឹងភាសាអង់គ្លេសមួយទៀតអញ្ចឹងកំឡុងពេលមុនពេលប្រឡងបងប្អូនអាចយើងទៅរកឯកសារភាសាខ្មែរឧទាហរណ៍នៅក្នុងចំណេះដឹងទូទៅវប្បធម៌ទូទៅយើងអាចមើលទៅហើយនឹងភាសាអង់គ្លេសគឺយើងអាចមើលទៅលើវិជ្ជាករ vocab ផ្សេងៗអញ្ចឹងទៅណាអរគុណ
អូខេបន្តមកទៀតខ្ញុំមានសំណួរខ្ញុំមិនដឹងគាត់ពីណាទេតែគាត់ចង់សួរបងគឹមឡាយមួយបងមូលិកាបងឌីថ្ងៃហ្នឹងដាច់ហ្មងបងអូខេ What are tips to be successful studying and living abroad particularly in the United States. Okay. And what are the 3 biggest challenges during your journey in the US?
Is that question to me first?
For you.
Okay, thank you so much. I don't know who asked the question, but I think it would take time to give you all the tips to prepare yourself well when you enter the United States, either for your bachelor's or for your master's degree. I think it depends on different locations, because given that the U.S., I think it's a big country consisting of 50 states. From where I went to Brandeis. At the same time, I spent like 1 year at MIT. It's an England area, New England area. I think it's really cold. So it was a bit difficult to adapt with the new weather. I think, but in general, some tips for you. I think if you have the opportunity to go study in the U.S., I think one of the key areas that you have to focus on is building your habit of reading. I'm not delving into some other technical advice, but I make it practical so that you can, of course, do it. Basically, it doesn't matter where you study. The only difference from different university is the level of commitment that you put into your self-learning, particularly reading. I think in the U.S., one of the most important challenges that I had was the ability to read the materials, to digest information. For example, I take like 5 or 6 different courses per semester. So we have a lot of materials to complete, especially reading exercise before we go to the classroom. So the tips is that you will, of course, have to build your habits of reading before you actually go to your class in the US. The more you read, the better, because of course I cannot tell you how much reading will be required, but you will understand the workload at the university is really a bit high. And of course the second language is our English will be a bit of a challenge that you have to sharpen the skills. Some of the other challenges, I think it's not a problem, except the fact that we have to familiarize ourselves with the workload that will be asked by the university. Some of the aspects, including the weather, the food, the accommodation, I think will not be the challenge anymore. I try to be honest with you. Don't fear too much that going to the US will, of course, pose great challenges. Okay, so I'm from Cambodia. I will not be able to sustain living or learning in the US. Don't say so. I do not agree with that idea. Take that as an opportunity to learn from different, especially the US will offer a wide range of opportunities from different, countries, because from where I learned, there were more than 30 countries, students from different countries. So it of course offers a lot of opportunity, but challenge. Just take one advice from me: read more, do more research, and there are a lot of open resources online that you can read, you can prepare, especially when it comes to research skill, when it comes to plagiarism, for example. Those are the key areas that you have to get ready before entering the class in the US. And what was the second part of the question, Prasad? After the challenge? What was the second part of the question after the challenge?
I'm searching for the question. What are the 3 biggest challenges during your journey in the US?
I already answered that, and the second part is?
No, there's no second part.
Great. I think I answered the questions. I think again, I don't fear too much going to the US. I think it's a good opportunity. not only the US, some other countries, for example, like the UK, European countries, and even in neighboring countries in Asia region. I think it's important that if the medium of instruction is English, especially if you go to English-based countries like the UK, like the US, learning how to read, learning how to write. Again, when it comes to writing, I may count that as the second challenge, if I may. The second challenge that I had was the ability to write. By writing, it means everything. And I mean it. Because, not only in the academic world, my peer colleagues and friends, when it comes to professional world, writing also plays the key role. You have to learn so much and keep sharpen the skills when it comes to technical writing, professional writing. So these are the two recommendations that I have. Get ready. The first one is to build a habit of reading, doing extensive reading, and number two is to develop your writing skills, and that will prepare you well. It doesn't matter where you go, even for your academic journey or your professional world. I think this is all from me, and some other colleagues might have more advice.
I don't think so, bro, because a lot of students they want to ask. So next, I think I should ask Mr. Vidya. Due to your own experience as dual major student, what were your ways to keep maintaining your GPA and motivate yourself not to give up in a halfway?
Thank you, Professor, and thank you, questioner. So there are two questions, right? The first one is how can I maintain my GPA during university life and holding my dual degree? So I would like to go back a little bit, the very beginning of my university life. I started my dual degree at 2017, and I realized that I'm working in a wrong path and lose my motivation during my junior years, year 3. So you may wonder that how can I what did I do at the moment? So after I realized that I have no more power to holding a dual degree, immediately I start suspend. One is law major and complete my international relation. And from freshman until junior years, how can I maintain my GPA? Is that law and IO, law and international relation is similar to each other. They can exist, they can complete one another. So the question that I start from IO, I take the question to ask teacher at law school. And the question that I start in law school, I can take that question to ask a teacher at IO. So both major can exist, can complete each other. That's why I can suspend, I can maintain my GPA during holding dual degree. And in order to fire back my motivation, is that my tip and my experience is I try to find a law job, and currently I am a assistant to general director of General Department, Judicial Development, Ministry of Justice. So Ministry of Justice is an institution, a law institution, judicial institution. So I work there. I need to be professional at law. So it fire back my motivation to read law, to research about law in order to produce more productivity and understand more about law. As I am I'm an employee and official. I'm not yet official, but as the one who work in judicial and law institution, you need to understand more about law. So it is build back my fire motivation to keep going on both degrees. So this is for my answer. Thank you so much.
Okay អញ្ចឹងអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាឥឡូវយើងមានសំណួរជាចុងក្រោយ one final question ទៅកាន់បងប្រុសរដ្ឋាបងរដ្ឋាកូនសម្នាក់គាត់សួរថាdigital branding is important to grow our personal branding and professional as well. Unfortunately, some students still unable to access the social media tools like LinkedIn. So what is your recommendation and words for those students?
Thank you, Brother Prasad, and also the question provider. Yeah, basically, everyone need to take advantage of digitals and online because most of them now free, and try to take advantage of them as much as possible. Yeah, and there is a huge resource, million resources on the internet. I recommend you to go to YouTube. YouTube is the grandfather of us, of the resources that you can learn with free of charges. Everyone might know already YouTube. You can type, for example, how to write a CV, how to build your personal branding, you know, and there are a lot of platforms that you can get free. Yeah, LinkedIn, this is number one for professionalism, for connection, for the job, career, for the network worldwide. Yeah, recently I have connected a lot of different culture and different international people through my platform, and we are seeking some opportunity that connect with, especially I will invite them for helping Cambodians, especially the young professionals on training and development, something like sharing, something like that. Yeah, so if you can, I think LinkedIn is free of charge, and it just provide you with you just have one account, email account. You can choose, you can use Gmail, because Gmail is normally it is relatively high use around the world. Yeah, and it provides you the good benefits as well, and it is used more than life experience and also business experience. And also, yes, you can manage your business through Google, through Gmail also. I recommend you to set up. If you don't have the Gmail, please create one Gmail account right now. Yes, otherwise you will far away, go very slow from the rest of the world. You cannot reach any opportunities at all. Yeah, so I still try to recommend you to develop to the LinkedIn. It is not the barrier of luck for Cambodia. Yeah, and the second one, I may recommend you to go to the blog. Yeah, writing a blog. Yeah, you can search through Google, and there is a lot of bloggings that are available that you can set up by using your email account. And so in that performance, you are able to communicate yourself, your brands to the world, not just Cambodia, but the world. If your goal is want to reach beyond Cambodia and international connection and relation, yes. So you can use like WordPress, you know, and some other blockchain, you know. Yeah, I experienced already. When I was the student at university in the Philippines, the La Salle University, I wrote about myself, yeah, especially about my current situation learning in the Philippines, and also about my scholarship program that they provide me, the scholarship to study MBA there. Yeah, and I show about my current situation, about my personality, my strength, and also my opportunity that I welcome to all the people who can be in the journey. And also, yes, very important. And you may still use Google, because Google is have the huge income free of charge from now, and you can upload, create your profiles in the Google Doc or Google form, a spreadsheet, and then you can share that information, even your CV, even your achievement or your photo, your videos. People can connect you through that. You just share the link from that Google Drive, so easily they can learn about you. Yeah, so prepare your CV, your profiles, you know, and you can keep track about your achievement from the transition that you study at university and your approach to your job. So people can see the big picture of you and who you are right now and where do you want to be. Yes, yes. So please, I encourage people to go to that. And the last one is Facebook. Yeah, but Facebook, you can use also both professional and also social relation. But for me, you can go to my Facebook. Most of I focus on the social, focus on my professionalism, socials, and fun. Yeah, but yeah, so you can go Ratachum, and then you find me, and you can learn how different, you know, aspects that I share to the Cambodia and the world. Especially, I want to benefit to Cambodian young peoples that they need to learn, because I care about the message. You know, message, the content that I wrote is very important. I need to come up with one learning point every, at least 1 or 2 points every for my post on the Facebook, because my goals is want to connect network, want to share my experience, want to share my insights, and also yes, and want to help the society. Yeah, that is my goals. So I need to research for what I have learned from the rest of the other online platform information. So I share that information. Yeah. So I keep it short, concise, concrete, clear to communicate. Yeah, the way to communicate is when you communicate through the physical or through online. You must adapt to 5C of communication. Yeah. To be clear, what topic, what message that you want them to learn. Yeah. And cohesive, what is related to that topic, what information that support to your ideas, information, you know, it must be consistent. Yeah, it must be consistent. It must be a link or connect each other and continuously. It must be concrete. It must be true. It must be real and beneficial to the society. Yeah. It must be concise, not too long, yeah, and not too short. Yeah. Because people, the world right now is very busy. People have a lot of things to do, job and works to do, care about money, about incomes, about life, about the lifestyle, about their family, especially about their family. So they don't have time to read. For me, I just go with about 3 to 4 sentences is enough. Yeah, I let them to feel down. I let them to learn by their own letters. I let them to feel that my message, our content is very important to them. Yeah, if you tell them all, nothing is meaningful. So just keep learning for that. Yes. Yeah, and all in all, I say that I recommend the 3 online platform moments, and maybe you can find other way as well. Yeah, and to make it more powerful for you, because right now everyone can be popular, everyone can be accepted until you learn, until you research, until you commit to what you do. Okay, thank you very much.
Hey, yes, thank you all. That was such an inspirational speech. And one last question. Okay. មានកូនសិស្សម្នាក់គាត់មកពី TVSB កូនសិស្សនៅរបស់ China ដូចគ្នាដែរគាត់សួរថា I am currently looking for scholarship to study abroad, but the problem is that I'm not good at math and general knowledge, and scholarship which doesn't require to take exam is not a full scholarship. So I want some tips of where I should start from. អញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំគិតថាសំណួរហ្នឹងបើសិនជាពួកបងមានចំណាប់អារម្មណ៍ជួយចែករំលែកបទពិសោធន៍ទៅឲ្យ Sam អញ្ចឹងបងអាចជួយគាត់បានអរគុណច្រើន Bong Kim Lai and Bong Malika, do not try to hide yourself.
Okay. I was actually giving the floor to other speakers. I think I can share a bit before other colleagues. I think it would take a lot of time to, of course, share with you the tips to apply for different scholarships. But briefly to Sam, I think Sam, I'm not sure, you know, what level of scholarships you're looking for, whether it's for bachelor's degree or for graduate studies. But I think it's important to understand the different types of scholarships. For example, now we have different types. The first one can be the scholarships from the government. For example, Japan government, US government, Australian government, for example. The second, it can be from different NGOs, different foundation. I can cluster that. And the third type, it can be scholarships from university that I think it's called merit scholarship, merit-based scholarship. And in order to prepare yourself well to you know to get a scholarship, I think there are different important steps you have to take on. The first one is to go through detailed information, including timeline. I think timeline is important. For example, what, you know, time of the year the scholarship will be open. Understanding the timeline, understanding requirements. So, for example, English test, different requirements, for example, statement of interest and other requirements. So, understanding the timeline and requirement will, of course, help you to prepare well to get a scholarship. For example, the one that I received, it's called Civil Society Leadership Award, funded by Open Society Foundation. You can search online. It's called CSLA, Civil Society Leadership Award, CSLA. So the scholarship is, of course, opened every year in March, so you probably need to check it out. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you have to understand different timelines and requirements to prepare yourself to get that. I think English is also the key to that, and of course, I think in general, I don't need to go through details because I think most of the students at university level, at least they have learned the basic information that they need to do to prepare themselves to get, you know, overseas scholarship. I think I would just, you know, hand over to other speakers. I think they may have some other important tips to share. Over to Samadhi or to Mangrod or to Malika, you know, and to Vidya as well. If you have any like you know, practical tips to share with Sam, over to you.
Yes, please.
Maybe I can share a bit, just very short. So I think it's the like you said, there are scholarship who require math test or English test or other kind sort of test as well. So it depends on the major that you select, or it also depends on the types of scholarship that you choose, and it's also So and it's also depend on the I mean the grade that you want, like it's a bachelor degree or master degree or maybe a PhD, things like this. But the thing is, if it is require a test and then I mean first of all you have to start deciding which major that you want to pursue, whether it's like you want to pursue business administration, finance, or other sort of, or like political science or economics or things like that. And so if you are clear on the major that you want to choose, and then you can see the criteria. For example, if the criteria require you to have examination, I think it's also worth talking to other people who have experienced that before, right? And if you don't have the source of information of who used to take the test before, then you can ask the dean. You can ask your dean. I think Gina, I mean, is fully aware of that. So maybe any like UC students or maybe other, I mean, other students who used to take those kind of tests before, and then you get contact and then get experience. So I think this would help a lot. And of course, I mean, this is a digital society, right? So you can learn everything from, if you want to prepare for the test, then you go to YouTube, like Bong Ratha mentioned, you go to YouTube, you learn from that. So I think all the tests are available in YouTube, in Google, so you can take that as a reference. I think that should help. Thank you.
Okay, Bong, please do not go away. I got another question from you. For you, Bong Malika.
Sure.
Bong, what are the challenges as a young woman in your field of work, and how do you overcome those obstacles?
Yeah. So one more thing, I'm not only a young woman, I am also a bit too small or too short. So not only young. So I'm just weird. I mean, even though I am like adult, I am more than 20 years old. But if you look at me outside, I'm sitting right now, so you don't see the full height or the full weight, the full body. But if you see me physically, I look like a teenager who aged 17 and I'm 18 years old. I'm not trying to show off my age, but I just simply don't look like I mean, the one who is fully capable to do the work. I mean, I could say, I mean, if we just look at physically, I mean, previously, before I worked at the Prudential, I applied to be a lecturer at IFL, and of course I passed, and then I was also a lecturer at IFL. But the thing is, I was not even fit to be a lecturer. Right? I was not even fit to be a lecturer because I'm too small, too short. But I have one advantage, which is my voice that is loud enough. So then, but and another things I mean, and of course, I think the corporate or the school look. I mean, but simply what I can say that no matter you are a woman or man, I mean the key important criteria is not your gender, because I think everyone is equal right now. Everyone get equal opportunity. So the key is your knowledge. The key is your experience. The key is how you present yourself to the interviewer or to the corporate that you apply for. Or I could say how you sell yourself. This is what Bong Ratha mentioned earlier. So then it doesn't matter whether you are man or woman. But of course, when it comes to work currently, when I go to work, I mean there could always a time that when I join in the meeting with other senior members, so then I might look small. But by looking small here, I don't refer to physically. I mean, of course, I look small physically, but then I might look. I mean, the other people may look at me that in a way that maybe she doesn't know enough. Like, yeah, maybe she doesn't know enough by the way she looks, right? But the thing is, how do you overcome that? So simply, I mean, how to overcome that is only when you have to present yourself in a way that you understand the work, in the way that I mean, to present yourself like you deserve to be here. This is what I mean. Yeah, so show yourself to the best of your ability, and of course you have to learn a lot. You have to know a lot, because if you don't know, if you don't know anything, no matter whether you are man or woman, they will look down on you and they won't give respect to you. So know what you have to know about, and in the business world, you have to be knowledgeable in what you are doing and clear, and this is the way you can this is the way that you can make other people respect you, even though you look small, you look young. I mean, you don't have to be old to be mature. You don't have to be old to be experienced. You don't have to be old to be how should I say? You don't have to be old to be knowledgeable, right? So it's all because this society is a mixed society that everyone everyone can be different from what they look like. So you have to show them that you deserve to be here. You have to show them that even though you are a woman, but you are equal. But the thing is, I don't really face this kind of discrimination at work actually, because one of the reason because my workplace allow everyone to be equal and give respect to everyone. But of course, it may not be the same everywhere. But I hope as a woman, no matter where you go, you have to make yourself stand out, also outstanding, and also appear to be not, you are not inferior to anyone, and don't suffer from inferior complex. And if you, there are times that don't be shy. I could say don't be shy, don't be embarrassed, right? When there are times that when you are in the meeting, you don't know everything. Of course, you cannot know everything. No one can know everything. But if you don't know, but no one know everything either. So then you have to present yourself in the way that, of course, you don't know, but you want to learn. You are willing to develop yourself. You are willing to grow. So this is the way you can make yourself avoid any discriminated situation or embarrassing situation. Things that I can share. Thank you.
Yes, Mong, I think it's really true because people has different perception and we don't have to meet everyone's preference, am I right? Because we all deserve have our own personal value system, or we got our own ethical standard point. So when we spend too much time on the public options or narrative, we don't got time to invest in ourselves. So I just go back, listen to Mr. Rotta, Mr. Vedea, Bong Samadi, Bong Kim Heng, and Kim Life, and Mong Molicans and stuff like that. Something that really pushes to the upper limit. So invest in ourselves, be competent, just work hard. That's it. Forget about the public opinion. Right. So this is the final moments for me, and I don't know how am I supposed to describe my feeling right now, but I'm so thankful and grateful for all of the guest speakers. You did really, really well. And so for the 6th Forum for Success, I think before we end the first session of the program, which is in this morning, again, I would like to invite every key speaker to say a few words expressing your feelings about this program. And first of all, Mr. Samadi, I think you should go first of all.
Sure, thank you, Basat. So the short thing I have to advice I have to give to everyone studying university is that work hard during university time and have fun and make more friends. The friend during this time will be can become a network for future works as well. And it's university is actually one of the best time in your life. So enjoy it very well. And that is all for me. Thank you.
Right. And then next, Mr. Vidya, please.
Yes, thank you, moderator, for passing me the floor. And for my final speech and my final message, I'm glad to sharing my experience, my actual personal experience in this event. And I hope that my speech and my message will send directly to the one who need and want it. And my final message is that as a student, as a university student, feel free to fail. That's okay, because you are young. You have time to build back your motivation. You have strong emotional, mental health. Like you have strong mental health, so you are not easily to break down. កន្លែងហ្នឹងខ្ញុំសូមនិយាយខ្មែរតិចអញ្ចឹងចំពោះសិស្សទាំងអស់ដែលចូលរៀននៅសាកលវិទ្យាល័យរៀនពីសាលាក៏ដោយរៀននៅសាលាក៏ដោយបើសិនជាបើសិនជាជួបបញ្ហាអីកុំបកក្រោយព្រោះយើងនៅក្មេងយើងមានពេលវេលាគ្រប់គ្រាន់ក្នុងការmake our decision ធ្វើឲ្យការសម្រេចចិត្តរបស់យើងមកត្រូវវិញបើទោះបីជាយើងសម្រេចចិត្តខុសក៏ដោយ យើងត្រូវខំប្រឹងថាធ្វើម៉េចឲ្យការសម្រេចចិត្តរបស់យើងហ្នឹងវាទៅជាត្រូវវិញហើយយើងនៅក្មេងយើងមាន like strong mental health. I don't know what is my name, but please feel free to be a father and bear back your motivation and fight for your goal. So that's it from my speech. Thank you.
Okay. ขอบคุณเชิญไปเลยฮะเชิญมองรัฐา
Thank you, Brother Prasit, for giving me the last chance to give the last message and the feelings to our forums here. First of all, I would like to say thank you to our participants, especially the guest speakers, other guest speaker, and also the coordinator here, especially the participant from the online. Yes, that they may find it hard to learn, but however, at least they learn most of as well. First of all, I would like to say that invest yourself, like Prasit mentioned. You know, the invest yourself, it means just on the monetary or the funds. Invest on your commitment, invest on your soft skills, invest on your struggles. Yeah, like for me, I come from the rural areas. My family is not so rich, so when my family is not so rich, I need to use my commitment, high commitment, to be the means, you know, the mediums to invest myself, along with my honesty, you know, yeah, together. So I say that I can set up my success that I could be success for myself. So like Monica mentioned, we need to set our own success terms. Like for me, for what I like doing, or some people they may find it is for the finance, something like that. For if you feel that you like something that you do, you will enjoy for the rest of your life. Yes, go for it, because when you like something to do and enjoy like that, everything will come to you. So because of my topic that focus on personal branding and networking, I recommend you to develop your own personal brand from now. Yeah, you will search and learn more because it's short time for you, and networking is very important. If you don't have the team, if you don't have the people, can be your coach, can be your mentor, you cannot also success. And last but not least, try to become a long life learner, because a long life learner is you learn until you die. Because if you don't learn one day, you say that everything is, you miss a lot. Okay, so keep learning by doing. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much. I feel so excited to be part of it.
Okay, คุณชอนบอก manner makes a man. Like there's a saying, manner makes a man and walk the talk. And next can help Miss Monica.
ចាអរគុណបងចាជំរាបសួរម្ដងទៀតហើយក៏ចិត្តជំរាបលាទៀត but the thing is
ជួបគ្នាពេលថ្ងៃទៀត
ជួបលាពេលព្រឹក so actually I really like the session. I really like this webinar. I really and thanks UC for inviting me here. Thanks Dr. Kakim Hoon. Thanks Gina. Thanks moderator as well. You add the flower. I mean the color to this session as well. So it is a very exciting and very interactive session, and I have learned a lot from all the speakers. Actually, I mean, it seems like I have learned new things every day. And by joining this webinar, I learned even more new things, which is I'm really grateful of. And I also thank UC for giving the scholarship to students. And this is very valuable, I think, in during this pandemic situation and in this difficult period. And so I also want to thank UC on behalf of other students as well. And another things, what I have, I mean, the final words that I want to say in here is like, I would like everyone to define their own definition of success. And after you have defined your goal, you find your definition of success, go for it. And open to growth and development. And don't be shy. don't fear, be courageous to do whatever you want to do and do your best, contribute more than 100%. And if possible, move out of your comfort zone. Do something beyond yourself, beyond expectations to improve yourself better. And of course, the most important things, stay healthy, because without your health, your education, it would impact your education, it would impact your success as well. Yeah, so stay healthy, stay safe in this situation, and I wish everyone all the success in their life. I wish everyone good luck in the scholarship journey. And yeah, because I also have afternoon session, so yeah, or evening session with, yeah, so then see you in the evening as well. Thank you.
បាទអរគុណច្រើនបងអញ្ចឹងជាចុងក្រោយសូមគ្រប់អញ្ជើញបងចម្លើយ your final words.
Thank you so much, President, and thank you, Gina and the University of Cambodia for the opportunity. Very happy to be back and meet with our colleagues, alumni. I think I try to make it short. I hope that the listeners will be one of the candidates who will apply for scholarships to University of Cambodia, and I wish you all the best. Hope you get a scholarship to be one of the successful candidates. Something that I have, in mind to share with you is that keep believing in yourself. I believe that every one of you has the natural talent, has the gift, and only through education that you can, unleash your potential. So work hard, keep believing. And of course, some other advices I think I got, for you from my previous talk, including networking, reading, writing, all those are also, the key components that of course can help you succeed in your life. I'm always here. Now I'm back working in Cambodia, and happy to share further information. I'm approachable. Text me on LinkedIn or on Facebook or different social media. I'll be happy to share some further pieces of advice with you. ខ្ញុំសង្ឃឹមថាបងប្អូនទាំងអស់ដែលកំពុងស្ដាប់ឬក៏ស្ដាប់ក្នុងឱកាសក្រោយនៅតាម Facebook អ្វីដែលខ្ញុំជាអាចថាជារៀមច្បងឬក៏ជាសិស្សដែលបានបញ្ចប់ពីសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាសង្ឃឹមថាបងប្អូននឹងអាចជោគជ័យក្នុងការប្រឡងអាហារូបករណ៍ណាបាទចំពោះសិស្សដែលគាត់ត្រៀមប្រឡងចូលសាកលវិទ្យាល័យកម្ពុជាហើយបទពិសោធន៍ដែលខ្ញុំបានចែកពីខាងដើមបានខ្លះហើយប៉ុន្តែខ្ញុំចង់ប្រាប់ថាកាលណាយើងមានការជឿជាក់លើខ្លួនឯងយើងអាចថាបានកំណត់កត្តាជោគជ័យសម្រាប់ខ្លួនបានច្រើនភាគរយហើយជឿលើខ្លួនឯងហើយមនុស្សយើងម្នាក់ទាំងខ្ញុំទាំងគេគឺតែងតែមានចំណុចពិសេសបាទមានដងអាចប្រភេទសាដងមានចំណុចពិសេសរៀងខ្លួនដែលត្រូវការឲ្យយើងឆ្កឹះហើយការឆ្កឹះហ្នឹងអាចជាពាក្យមួយម៉ាត់អាចជារូបភាពមួយសន្លឹកអាចជាវីដេអូ1វិនាទី2វិនាទីឬក៏អាចជាមនុស្សម្នាក់ជាពិសេសគឺតាមរយៈការអប់រំនេះឯងនៅពេលយើងទទួលបានការឆ្កឹះនេះឆ្កឹះអាភាពខ្លាំងរបស់យើងនឹងហើយគឺយើងនឹងដឹងពីសក្តានុពលរបស់យើងហើយអញ្ចឹងធ្វើការឲ្យកាន់តែច្រើនខំប្រឹងប្រែងបន្ថែមជឿជាក់លើខ្លួនឯងបាទខ្ញុំសង្ឃឹមថាទាំងអស់គ្នាបានជោគជ័យហើយក្នុងការងាររៀនសូត្រក៏ដូចជាការងារជាលក្ខណៈទូទៅណាហើយខ្ញុំនឹងអាចរីករាយជួយចែករំលែកបទពិសោធន៍ដែលខ្ញុំមានតែដូចហ្នឹងទៅតាមពេលក្រោយទៀតអាចថែខ្ញុំតាម LinkedIn ក៏បានតាម Facebook ក៏បានឬតាមមធ្យោបាយផ្សេងៗទៀតខ្ញុំនឹងរីករាយបាទអរគុណច្រើនហើយសង្ឃឹមថាជួបគ្នានៅឱកាសក្រោយ
បាទអរគុណបងទាំងអស់គ្នា you guys so professional and humble នេះក៏ជាឱកាសរបស់ខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់ដែលបានធ្វើការមួយពួកបងដែលមានសមត្ថភាពហើយខ្ញុំជួយចិត្តពួកបងមែនតើអញ្ចឹងសម្រាប់ចុងក្រោយ before we end the first session of the Sixth Forum for Success I would like to invite Ms. Gina Lopez to deliver the final speech in the closing session.
Okay, so let me say a very big Akuncharan. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. thank you to all our speakers. And yes, I think Malika also mentioned that our moderator, our MC, not only the speakers, not only our guest alumni, but our moderator. Yeah, it really a kind of adding life or spice in this morning's event, right? So, and of course, we still have the afternoon session with where Malika is also there. But before we end the session this morning, I would like to say also big thanks to our team, to our volunteers that they slept maybe 2 a.m., right, to finish everything and to make our forum this morning from the opening until now really smooth. Yeah, we are at the e-learning center at the University of Cambodia. And yes, we are also thankful to our president because he allowed us to use the e-learning center. He also allowed us to, do what is really the best for this forum. And yes, very thankful as well that we have this chance to have the Peace Scholarship on board and added our 2 alumni in the set of speakers. And it makes really, I could say, outstanding session. So I'm so thankful. And with that, we are offering a certificate to our speakers. For Malika and Kim Lai, we will have your certificate later, right? So, but yeah, for now, yes, yeah. Samedi, you can see your certificate. Also, Ria, so thankful for your participation, for your inputs, right? And yes, Mr. Rata, also, you have the certificate. And yes, this is available at the University of Cambodia. So maybe we cannot send it to you by Grab, but please come to UC and then claim this certificate. And we will handle this. We will hand over this to you in a very, very big thank you, because it will not be a success forum without our speakers, right? I am claiming now that our success or our forum for success is really success because of all of you, right? Because of all of us, the volunteers, MC, moderator, and of course the support from our students, the support from the University of Cambodia, all the deans, associate deans, and even directors. They are with us from the beginning until now. Right? So I will not say more because it's almost 12 o'clock already. So once again, thank you so much. That's what I can say. Okon charan. Okon tom tom, right? Okay. But don't forget, we still have the afternoon session. So please. Yes, I think so. Okay. So yes, once again, yeah, see you all again in the afternoon session. Okay, it's not a goodbye, but see you.
អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាចាំតិចខ្ញុំសូមឲ្យអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាបើក webcam ទាំងអស់គ្នា turn on the webcam ហើយខ្ញុំសូមធ្វើ screenshot ជាចុងក្រោយសម្រាប់
So stop the sharing.
memory. Bro, stop sharing, bro. I think it should be you.
I will give us the okay. So request them to turn on even the volunteers, turn on your camera. Okay, complete.
Cuidado.
All right.